the Wild Wild West.
It's good. I think it's good territory, and
It certainly is quicksand.
This is so fun. This was probably one of the funnest things I've never like just independently looked into a thing. I was, you know, you do like school projects and you're kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't like doing this. I was like, this was keeping me on the edge of my seat.
Nice.
So the whole thing started with the book. I think it was called, let me see. I think it was History from Dr. Maria Kumin, PhD. I think she was schooled in like the Eastern Bloc or something. I think she went to some like wild ass school, but she lives in the States right now. So what happened was I was reading Irish mythology and I came across Cuchulainn, the hero. And I'm like, that's cool. Then I started reading a book about the Mayans and I came across Cuchulainn, a myth from Mayan culture. And I was like, damn, they sound kind of familiar. That's weird. So I just Google it and this lady's books come up. It's the title of the one I read is Ancient History Since Noah's Flood, How Modern Science Shapes It. The other one is Celts in America Before Columbus, Origin of the Native Americans.
Ooh.
Yeah, this lady fucking puts out some hot shit. So I was just like, this lady's name happened to come up first. So I email her like, dude, did I just make a groundbreaking fucking discovery? And she was like, no. She's like, we pretty much all know that the Mayans are Celts, but like, you got to go back and read my first book. Yeah, she speaks with
she's like a black Israelite for Celts.
Yes. Well, just like she is like a black Israelite.
She thinks we was Mayan kings.
Dude, that's what all this stuff kind of boils down to, which is very fun. But it's like how this...
So this is...
So I started reading it.
Black Israelites for white people.
Yes. So I started reading it and I go, I'm reading the book. So I'll give you the taste of the book. And then I start going like, this all sounds oddly familiar. And I go, oh, this was German. This was like Nazi propaganda kind of. It was the stuff, but it all comes from Zoroastrianism and those ancient texts and like the people who went over and tried to translate them and how that was tied to like tensions between the French and the British. It's fucking cool. But yeah, it's just a trigger warning. If you somehow are like hooked on the ancient aliens notion of this, you might get dismayed because it casts.
Oh, you're here to debunk Nazi propaganda?
Oh, I was reading this like, this is cool as fuck. You're telling me the culture with the Mayans, I'm all with it. And then I start reading this stuff and I go, I've heard this before. And then I go, oh, okay. So that's how the whole thing kind of came about. And it's also, the thing I was looking at too is like you get the Celts and you get the Mayans and you can start going into it like a collective unconscious kind of thing, like how there were dragons in every single major, like in the folklore. So whatever. But so this lady's like, you got to read this book and you'll get the answers to this. It's very, so exactly. So I'm reading like 10 pages of it and I'm like, this.
You went like this. Got it.
That's pretty much what happened.
10th page.
I read 10 pages
Done.
and I was like, this sounds like the stuff like I heard about like Nazi propaganda. So then I start researching the link between this hypothesis this lady had and Nazi propaganda. And then I got into an even stranger realm, which was I started reading an article about Germans and Iranians and how sometimes at soccer games they toss up fat Nazi salutes at each other. So I started going, what the heck?
Yeah.
Why is that? And then it took me to the whole thing about Prince of Persia. This is where my whole research started. So I started that book. I go, this seems kind of fucking weird. Started looking up like how the Aryan like myths are related to Nazi propaganda. And then it took me to an article by PBS saying how when the Prince of Persia came out, everyone spazzed because Jake Gyllenhaal starred in it. Everyone was like, this is fucking bullshit. Like that should be a person of color playing that. And everyone was like, yeah, it's like ancient
Persia.
Persia.
Hated Alexander the Great.
Yeah, they're like ancient Persia, like clearly that guy's brown. And then the Reza Aslan, who's like he's an Iranian intellectual guy. So he came out and everyone was like raising hell about this, and even him, he's like a liberal intellectual from Iran. He was like, nah, dude. He was like, back then we all looked like Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. We was white kings.
You know what they used to say about Alexander?
What?
He had hair like a lion's mane.
Really?
He had blonde hair.
Yeah. Where was he from?
Persia.
So
Greece, Macedonia.
Well, that's where this whole thing starts. So, but the funny part was a lot of people came out and were like, there's clearly, that should have been like an Indian guy or something. And like the Iranians were like, nah, we were white back then. Yeah. So I start going, what the heck?
What the fuck?
What the heck, dude?
This ain't no damn Iranian.
So basically, this is going to explain the Aryan myth and how it's played a role in World War II politics in ways that are pretty mind-boggling when you get to the backstory of where we're going to explore right now, the backstory based on this lady's book. This is what I absorbed. So we know that Prince of Persia came out. Fucking white-ass Gyllenhaal comes out, and all the fucking white libs are like, what the hell? Nah. And And Persians are like, nah, dude, we were white. And everyone goes, all right, well, this is confusing. Like, what the fuck?
Well, have you seen Iranians now?
They're pretty fair skinned.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty fair skinned, but they were basically saying like, dude, we were even whiter before that. So here's where
we was Kangs.
We was white Kangs. This is ancient. No, I'm telling you, this is fucking. What, are you looking at him?
No, I'm just listening, thinking of we was white Kangs.
This is that though. This
then
is black
morphed
Israelites.
Into just Italians.
This is black Israelites.
Which is what they look like.
Yeah,
now.
that's what happened. This was black Israelites for white dudes in Nazi Germany. They did. This is what happens if you fucking let those dudes who are like screaming like black Israelites.
Yes.
They'll fuck shit up.
If they somehow got
if we have a black Israelite
army.
president, dude, it's over.
Yeah.
Dude. We're in for a tough time. So here's where the book starts. So the lady starts with Noah's flood. So Noah comes off the ark. It's all backed
mythical
up. It's all backed up
event.
scientifically, dude. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
So a large flood happens, and Noah gets off the ark and docks in the Caucasus Mountains. Makes sense. He has 3 sons: Sem, who is said to have fathered all the Semites, Arabs and Jews; Ham, who is said to be the father of. Oh, no, sorry. Sem is the father of all the Semites. I think just the Jewish guys. Ham is the father of Arabs, and Japheth is the father of the Bulgarians and Macedonians, who then apparently gave rise to basically the white bros like the Celts, the Briggs, the Greeks, and so on. So they like don't even talk about Sam and they don't talk about that. They just talk about this group of people who were the Bulgarians and Macedonians who were living around like the Balkan Peninsula along the Black Sea. So these were like the Thracians, kind of. So there was already tribes there, and then Noah's son goes and just happens to mix it up with all of them, which is important because it kind of comes into play later with like how they translate it. Because all this is based off of a Zoroastrian, like the Zoroastrian Bible that's written in a dead language.
Yeah.
And it's like, so people have kind of like.
I guess you don't need the Moses story though.
The Noah story? Well,
or Noah, yeah. You don't need that. You can just say a guy traveled there.
Exactly.
And started.
But this is because
mixing.
It's coming with this because of this is how this kind of started to bleed into kind of Europe culture of like,
okay.
Yeah, I think that was Noah actually. You know, that's how like that was like a foot in the door. And also too, a lot of this stuff is based on, I think Herodotus, the Greek historian, and he was the guy being Herodotus. He was the guy being like, so Noah, blah blah blah. So that's where a lot of this stuff came from. So maybe Noah was real. I don't know, but that's kind of where this stuff comes from and why it's like based on Noah. So there's a bunch of people. It's like there's Jewish guys, Arabs, Slavs, Celts, Briggs, Hellenic tribes, Bulgarians, Huns, and on and on and on. And this lady is basically claiming she's going, the people who originally lived there before Noah's kids came were the Thracian Aryans, which, get ready for this, they worship the god Ares, which is the god of war. Therefore, bam, dude. Come on, dude.
Nice.
Dude, I mean, you have no way. You can't argue that.
What?
It's like page 3. She was like, and the god of war is Ares, who they worship. Therefore, they're Aryans is proof. Next page.
Oh.
So that's what she's read. So, and again, this is just the backstory.
She's fibbing.
This is the backstory. Again, I'm giving you
the book of fibs.
I'm giving you the backstory, and the whole reason I'm giving you this so we can get to the Avesta scriptures. So, the way she's so what happens is you're like people think there were Aryans. It's like if you ask like some white dudes, they're like, well, we were fucking Aryans, blonde hair, blue eyes. If you ask Indian dudes, they're like, no, we're Aryans. Aryans originated from this area. That's all bullshit. And all of the confusion comes around the Avesta scriptures of the Aryans, which was written in the Avesta language, I think maybe 5,000, 4,000 years ago. So it's a dead language, and like there was dudes from Iran who were practicing Zoroastrians who translated it in like old Iranian or old Persian language. So does that make sense?
Yes.
It's confusing. So
Yes.
like basically they're saying that there was all of these people living, this lady's saying that they're all living in the Balkan Peninsula, and like specifically the ones who were descendants of, I mean, that doesn't even matter, but like the people there who, like the Celts and the Briggs, she's like, they were Aryans. And she's saying that the Avesta scriptures back it up. So this is why she thinks it does. So according to when they translate it, and we'll get into the guy who translated the Zend Avesta, or the Zend Avesta is the translated Avesta in scriptures. So here's a story this lady has from the Avesta scriptures. This is why she thinks this. She said the Aryans started out on an island in the Pacific Ocean and the west side, and like a Polynesian island. So the west side of the island started to sink, and so they settled in Siberia and named it Area. So at this time, Siberia was a blooming paradise with 7 months of summer and 5 months of winter. But then it got cold all of a sudden, which according to Dr. Kumin was because 12,000 years ago, the poles flipped at 60 degrees, leaving Siberia frozen tundra with 10 months of winter and 2 months of summer. So this is the big ice age.
Yeah.
So in the Avesta scriptures, it reports that the quote unquote Aryan people who came from the Polynesian islands walked through a blizzard for, I mean, it could have been generations, dude. They walked through a blizzard, and that's where this was the first version of the story where they're like, they walked through a blizzard for generations and probably became white and then settled in the Balkan Peninsula. So this is why this scripture kind of points to the fact that like people use this to be like, again, this could just be Indian dudes too, because Indian guys like, yeah, we started in Polynesia, then we fucking came down here. So then they have them settling around like Iran and then spreading out into that Balkan.
But Polynesia is not one of the cradles of civilization.
So here's the problem. Again, this is what all of this stuff's based off of. They switched that though. Later on, the Germans were like, "We didn't come from fucking Polynesia. Fuck that shit."
Yeah.
So, then also within the whatchamacallit. So in the Avesta scriptures, which is just like the Bible for Zoroastrians, they also had a one God. So they were a monotheistic religion. So they believed and their God was named Ahura Mazda. Pretty sick.
Yes.
So at this point,
it sounds like a pitcher.
It's Ahura Mazda. Yeah. And they all believe that there was like, they were made of like, there was a good light spirit. So there's Ahura Mazda. There was a good light spirit, Spenta Manu, and who was there to battle Angra Mainyu, which was like the negative dark spirit of like matter. And they thought we were like we were made of like physical evil matter and like a holy light body.
The Aryans believed all this.
Yeah. And it's okay. You know, it sounds a little, you know, similar to Christianity, whatever. But the problem is, and it's like this book exists and it does talk about this stuff, but for some reason the argument is like Indian dudes are like, no, we're Aryans. And, you know, you had the Germans in World War II being like, no, we're Aryans. And, you know, that's where it all kind of came from. But he also, when Hitler came around, he took that, you know, you're saying like that Polynesian thing.
Yeah.
He was like, he came up with the Northern hypothesis. He was like, we didn't come from there. We originated in like Scandinavia. And then migrated and founded all of these. We founded like India. We founded, you know, that was like the modern story he went to. So we covered the Jake Gyllenhaal thing, covered the Reza Aslan. So the way this lady got her hands on this book and like discovered all of this stuff is there was a French guy who actually coined the term Aryan because it was like, you know, it was like Ariana, blah, blah, blah. He made the term Aryan. He was a Frenchman, 1750. He was a French Orientalist. There was just guys who used to like study.
Yeah.
Like China.
The Orient.
Yeah, the Orient back then. So his name was Abraham Hyacinth Anquetil Duperon.
Abraham, huh?
Abraham, dude.
Founded the Aryans? Talk about your all-time backfires.
Yeah, dude. So he was like, you know, he wasn't even about that. He just was like, the problem in 1750, the French and the Brits are colonizing the East. So they're battling, dude. So like, and for that reason, like, it's kind of hot to study Eastern religions. So Britain was killing it because they're like, they're coming home. They're like, I think they brought home like 300 or 200 like Sanskrit and Avestan manuscripts, but they couldn't translate them. They had no idea what they said. They were just like, check this shit out, dude.
Yeah.
We know the most about the Middle East. And the French were like, fuck you, dude. So then this guy, he was studying, you know, ancient languages at a French college, and his professor's like, check this shit out. He's like, what is it? And he was like, this is a copy of the Avesta manuscripts, the ancient Zoroastrian manuscripts, but they don't know what it means. And the guy, Abraham, is like, fuck that, I'm going over there. He's like, I'm going to translate all those things and bring them back to France and, you know, restore France to glory. So he's like, fuck, I'm going to join the military because that was his only way over there. And then on the way over there, he like got sick and like passed out and puked. He's just a nerd.
Yes.
So he got sick on the boat, passed out and puked. And the guy in charge was like, what the fuck are you doing? He was like, I'm here to study ancient manuscripts and bring glory to France. And they're like, all right, dude, we'll discharge you from the military. We'll give you a little stipend. And then you can go and like learn all of these ancient secrets and we'll get you back to France. Like, we don't want you fighting. He was like, sick. All right, I'll do that then.
Yeah.
So 6 months later, Abraham's in India eating only rice and veggies. and he's trying to find a Brahmin or a guru to kind of like show him the secrets of the Orient. And then he walks really far and he gets super sick again and just kind of like lays somewhere sick for a while and then recoups. And then he walks back to Pondicherry where he finds his brother who holds position in this like little area. And he's like, dude, I can hook you up with Zoroastrian priests. But it turns out that the local Zoroastrians at this time were just trying to secure foreign alliances since they themselves were at war with another sect of Zoroastrians over an intercalation dispute, which is an argument about what month it is. So the Zoroastrians were like, one sect was like, it's fucking May. And they're like, dude, it's fucking June.
It's June.
And they were,
don't bring it up again.
They're like, it's fucking May.
We're coming with swords.
So they start fighting each other.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Abraham Duperron is just kind of like, yo, what's up with your guys' secrets? And they're like, we could probably use French allies.
Yeah,
so they're like,
hey, us, the guys fighting about what month it is. Yeah, we have ancient secrets.
I know. And that's what that lady's hypothesis I just laid out is based off this guy's translations of the Avesta. It's called the Zend-Avesta. The Avesta is the scriptures. The Zend-Avesta is the translation. So they're just kind of leading him on, be like, yeah, we got you, bro. Like, yo, what's up with your brother? You know, they're kind of like, how many guys you got? And, you know, so Abraham is like, they're leading him on. He thinks he's getting secrets, and eventually he figures out. And they were battling the British the whole time they were there. So he's like,
in India?
In that whole area. They had like, I think it's the Carnatic Wars or something. It was like in the East. I think India was kind of like worried the French were impinging on their India stuff and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I guess India or France might have been in Vietnam back then.
Really?
I don't know. I know they were. I mean, I don't know how long they were in Vietnam. Obviously, England controlled India.
Yeah, this was like 1750.
The Dutch controlled Sri Lanka. The Dutch were motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
They're bad boys. So I think the French are over there.
Holland is just a bank.
Yeah, wasn't Switzerland too? Isn't that why it's always neutral?
Yeah, kind of. But Holland was like historically like.
Let me see if I can
just
pull up
stun on people.
Because there was I got my sources, bro.
No, it's all right. I don't think it matters. You don't have to get it.
All right, because there was a third Coronatic Wars. And
the French and
they were
English
mixing it up
everywhere,
somewhere
for sure. They were fighting here.
Yeah, were they here?
Yeah.
So I think they
French
had
and Indian Wars.
They had some beefs over there, but you'll see
everywhere.
Yeah, they were beefing over in that area because they were more. I guess they were more around like
colonial wars everywhere.
They were in like modern day Iran.
Oh, okay.
And then kind of like there was like Pondicherry as an area of France or in India. So I think they had a little bit of holdings in India, but I don't know. But so we're in the intercalation dispute, and then Abe starts getting hip to the fact. He's like, these guys aren't giving me shit, dude. So he's like, fuck this. So he started getting super paranoid. So he leaves this city. He also started pulling a gun on people a lot.
Nice.
Like he would get on a ferry, and the ferry would like be like run like just like held up, and he'd go to the pilot, the captain, and be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah.
Started pulling a gun on. And anytime he got past, he's like, "This is like started to set him off." So he started just pulling guns on people.
Yeah. It was 1750, and he was in India.
Yeah, he was just getting nervous.
He's gonna start putting guns on people.
He was getting nervous.
They don't have them right now.
So he gets out of that area, goes somewhere else. He makes it to Bengal. And he's invited to the home of a Zoroastrian nobleman, a dude by the name of Koda, who promised to let him in on all the ancient secrets he could handle. But during, and he was giving him some translations, like, yeah, check this out, and he was giving Abraham, like, the very beginning of the Bible, they'll be like, and this guy's the son of this guy, and blah, blah. He was giving him bullshit. And Abraham was like, what the fuck, dude? So, and at the same time, the same thing, the dude Koda was selling a ton of his Zoroastrian noblemen out to the Brits at the same time. So he was engaged in like some very dangerous business. It's like the block is hot as fuck, dude. You still have the calendar fight going on. Then one night, Abe's studying with Koda. He's just kind of like, he's reading the text. He's like kind of feeling weird. And all of a sudden, he starts feeling like he's getting weird sexual vibes from Koda while going over these texts. And this is an excerpt from Abe's autobiography. I thought he was being a gracious host, but then the nobleman's eyes soon informed me about his real intentions. Moving his hand toward me, he tried to make them, his real intentions, explicit.
Put a hit on him.
No, he tried to fuck him, dude. Yeah, he tried to fuck him.
Put a hit on me. He's queered in the blazes.
Exactly. So then Abe pulled his thing out, obviously ripped the gun out on Koda, and was like,
"What are you, some type of fucking queer?"
He's like, "You trying to fuck me, dude?" And then he fled the temple. And then Abe also, he claims that it was after this event that he fully realized the extent of the danger he had thrown himself into. And this is, again, quoting Abraham, the guy who wrote the Zend-Avesta, quote, I was alone in a multitude of Moors who at the first sign from Koda could have done as they pleased with me. So the whole he thought he was going to get squatted up.
Damn.
So he had to pull his gun out.
He was going to get blacked.
Yeah, exactly.
Raw.
Exactly.
Yes.
He was lost in the hood.
There's a gang of Moors about to split open a French.
He was like, this guy's trying to fuck me, and at any minute.
I almost watched a porn in blacked with a French girl getting split by 2 Moors last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, well, this guy was living it. He was like, I just want the fucking.
It wasn't going to go well.
He's like,
I saw what
these
happened
guys
to
are
that
trying
poor
to fuck.
French girl.
He thought he was going to throw him to the squad. He's like, how did I not see this coming? They obviously want to fuck me, dude.
It's sick that he called them Moors.
Yeah, that was I think that was just casual back then.
Yeah.
Right? Is that not like geographically accurate?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The Moors were like, I mean, they were Arabic, so that would have kind of made sense.
Yeah.
They're like black Arabs.
Yeah, so I think it was like
he just saw Indian dudes and were like, dude, fucking Moors.
They're probably dark, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He was like, dude, they could have
done.
We don't
know it's Moors. He's like,
and
you're
this
Moors
is their
to me.
nobleman. If their nobleman's trying to fuck you, all he has to do is give all of his boys the green light, and they're just gonna fucking crush you. So at this point, he's like, fuck, dude, this whole country's trying to fuck me. So he's getting paranoid, and he switches up to another Zoroastrian guide, and he's, again, getting his hands on some of the text. He's not pleased. He's like, man, this is fucking bullshit. So he keeps pressing these dudes like, yo, like, let me in for real. So like, all right, dude, we'll initiate you into Zoroastrianism, which apparently they don't do, which was weird. Like, look, I've read about this now. Zoroastrianism takes no converts, and it's a slowly dying religion. They don't bury their dead either.
Like Judaism.
Did they take converts?
Very rarely.
I think Zoroastrianism, from the thing I read, just doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, no. Like, I guess maybe you can marry in. I don't know. But and Judaism's very kind of it's tough to get in on the inner circle. So they're acting like they're letting him in on the inner circle. He's wearing the traditional garb, which apparently I think one of the dudes who did this got in trouble for this from the other Zoroastrians or whatever, the Zoroastrians. And as obviously under his garb, he had a sword and a gun.
Yeah.
He's like, dude,
he's Indiana Jones.
That's where the legend of Indiana Jones comes from, which is funny.
Really?
Yeah, because you'll see. But exactly, that's where this comes from. This fucking psycho nerd who was just rolling around is like fucking pulling guns.
Yeah.
So he's in the garb, dude. He's in the temple. And they're like, dude, say you're a Zoroastrian. And he's like, fuck that, I'm a Christian. And pulls out his gun and his sword.
Yes.
And just runs out of the temple.
He's running?
And he kept the scripts. Yeah, he took off.
He did temple run.
He's like, fuck you guys. Yeah, he did temple. He slid under a couple blocks and was like, fuck you guys, I'm a Christian.
I'm a Christian.
So I think he took some of the scripts too. He took them out of there in his robe.
What the fuck?
This dude's nuts. So then soon after this, the block is so fucking hot, dude. Everyone's trying to fuck him. He has stolen scripts. And he gets into a duel with another Frenchman, and he kills the guy.
Nice.
So then he forces him to take refuge with the Brits, who he fucking hates. And again, he stole all that shit from the temple. I think his brother paid them back and like made it. His brother was like doing well over there, like doing
his
good.
His brother's killing it.
Yeah. So he chills with the British.
So wait, I'm trying to figure out. Can you guys? I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Yeah. Look it up?
I'm just trying to figure out where the frogs were in 1750.
Look up where Pondicherry or Chandanagar. That was another place. That was where they were in that area.
Okay.
So I think it was like the coast.
Yeah, it's usually West Coast.
Yeah.
But if you said Bengal,
I don't know.
It's Bangladesh.
I think it's check it out, because I think it was Pondicherry or Chandanagar was definitely the one place.
Yeah, that's East Coast. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look that up. I'd be curious to get your geography on it, because I'm pretty geography. I don't really know what's where. So he's with the Brits, he's chilling with the Brits. I guess they're pretty nice to him. And while he's with the British, he gets his hands on 180 manuscripts, like original Avesta scriptures that they had. And he, while he's with them, he's under British protection. So he's doing it right. And he didn't learn the secrets from those dudes, but he did learn how to translate the Avesta scriptures into, I think it's called Swahavi or something, or Pahlavi, which is Old Persian. So he did learn Old Persian from those guys that wanted to fuck him. And then he actually got his hands on some decent scripts. So he was able, through those experiences, to eventually write the Zend-Avesta that this lady's claiming, based on like the whole dudes coming from Siberia, going to the blizzard. So that's where this comes from. This guy just going over there and just absolutely hold them back from fucking them.
Yeah, so, they did have there were a lot of French colonies in India, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're chilling on the coast. So,
but it wouldn't that have been the East India Trading Company? Wouldn't it have just been England?
Well, that's why the English were killing it, because that's how that guy brought home like 200 of those texts.
No, I knew that, but I'm just saying I'm surprised that there were French Anything's in there. I knew they were in Indochino.
Yeah, they're getting into it, dude.
Yeah.
They're all over the place. The French were bad. They were bad men back then.
I knew they were bad boys. I just figured they wouldn't be allowed in India.
Dude, I was surprised. There was so much stuff I was surprised.
The British.
Wait till we get into the Germans, dude. The fall of the German monarchy might be the fucking funniest thing.
Yeah.
Wilhelm II.
Yeah.
Fuck with him.
Yeah.
Dude. So I don't know if we'll get to all that, but so Abe gets back to France, dude. And again, too, he also published his memoirs, which set off a craze among renegade scholar adventurer types, which is where they think Indiana Jones kind of came from. Like renegade scholar nerds started going out there heavily armed and just being like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. God.
So he's back in France. He publishes a Zen d'Avesta, which again is the book the lady cites. I guess this was in like the late 1700s or towards the middle. And the British guys, the Brits, because he publishes a Zen d'Avesta and is like, fuck Britain. You guys are fucking idiots. I went over there. I figured it out. And also, too, I forgot to say this, in that original crate of 200 Avesta, like ancient Hindu texts that the British brought over, there was a thing that they could have, there was like a Rosetta Stone they could have translated with. But they didn't know that. And it just sat in a box chained in like an Oxford museum, like chained to the wall. And they'd be like, check that out. And people were like, sweet.
Yeah.
So he gets back and he's like, you fucking idiots. He's like, I translated it. You guys suck. Here's the story. And he just gives them like that tale and some other stuff. And so one of the big British Orientalists, Sir William Jones, attacks him with this. Duperron's manuscripts are the rhapsody of some mindless Hindu. For the contemporaries of Voltaire, the silly tales of gods and demons and outlandish laws and rules seemed impossible to relate to the idealized Enlightenment era view of Zoroaster or to a religion which they are associated to a religion which they associated with simplicity and wisdom. So basically, the English were like, dude, they just fucking made shit up and told you, idiot. Like, that's not real.
Well, yeah, the British were right.
So here's what happened. So Abe, feeling the heat from the English and also feeling some heat from that dude's bitch wife, it was still bothering him. The dude he killed, was still being like, he fucking killed my husband. He's like, dude, chill.
Yeah, shut up,
shit's
lady.
going well for me right now. I don't need your bullshit. So then he amends certain parts of his translation, instead focuses his corrections on the fact that Zoroastrians, again, like getting out of all the weird gods and this, because he did get mixed up in Hindu texts as well. So that's why it was kind of unclear. So he was like, no. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like Zoroastrians are definitely monotheists, worshiping Ahura Mazda. And he kind of tied them to, he's like, they're like definitely related to the biblical Abraham. And we're probably like an early, like pre-Christian people who started in Persia and then migrated to the Balkan Peninsula around Europe. So that's where he gave into that and was like, yeah, they like were over there and then they came here and they're kind of like Christians, kind of like us guys. And everyone was like, I could see that.
Yeah.
So that's where
Wait.
So he came off being like, these guys are from Persia. They walked to Persia, blah, blah, blah. And the British were like, dude, they're just making shit up. Fuck you. And then he came and was like, because the hot thing back then was to like link them to Christianity.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm pretty sure these guys were like...
To link who to Christianity?
The Zoroastrians. Since they were monotheists, they were like...
I don't even know who the Zoroastrians are.
So
the Indians?
So the Zoroastrians are really Iranians, but there are Indian Zoroastrians. It was just a religion. Some guy at one point, just out of nowhere, started a religion 3,500 years ago called Zoroastrianism.
Okay.
And the Avesta scriptures, I think, are older than that, and they lead up to it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
So it was just like back then, like there was like Hindu and all this other stuff. And that was like multiple gods, you had like all that stuff. And then Zoroastrianism was like a monotheistic religion.
So they were saying some people migrated from the Middle East to Europe.
Like, yes.
Which is, I believe, true.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. None of this stuff is like patently totally true or false. I think like Xerxes was a Zoroastrian. Like it was like the main religion of a couple of the Persian empires. It just, just kind of fell. You don't bury your dead. You just leave them out and you let birds eat them.
Oh, nice.
So it's not the most appealing. And they just like light fires and chill by them.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoo.
Yeah.
Pretty sick religion. So he started to kind of tie that. It was just some weird shit people did in the Middle East. And then people in Europe started being like, I think there's something to Zoroastrianism that links to us. That's what I'm saying. He like threw that kind of in the mix and kind of was like, yeah, just to get the British heat off him. So I think the British were pushing that. So then in 1786, a dude, William Jones, who came out against Abe, was like, dude, you're full of shit. He figures out that there's a link between Greek, Latin, Sanskrit, and Persian languages. That's where we got the Indo-European language group from. So he studies all these languages and be like, dude, these are all pretty fucking similar.
Yeah.
And people start going like, whoa, that's fucking nuts. And then, so it's like, dude, whoa, like did we come from over there? People started kind of asking these questions. So now you go to 1807, and the Germans are pissed. The French gave them what for? Correct?
In 1807?
Early 1800s. I think Napoleon fucked up the Prussians, I guess.
Yeah. Germany wasn't a country.
It was Prussia, yeah.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, so like the bros, that whole confederacy of dudes is like, fuck, dude. I thought we were like the most brave, awesome warriors.
It was a weird time. Everybody allied with each other, fought each other like 6 different times.
Yeah, it was like the monarch. There were still monarchies and
Russia,
shit.
Prussia,
so the group
Austria,
of people who were in that like
Austro-Hungary.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're just like, fuck, dude. We fucking lost to the French. Like, what the fuck? So they were trying to, in the early 1800s. So they're trying to pump themselves up on like why. A lot of times, a lot of this stuff starts entering into countries who kind of like just like lost.
I think when was the Franco-Prussian War? Is that what it is?
I believe so. Look up 1807. I think it was in there. Or don't Google 1807, but look it up.
That was later. It was 1870.
Well, that's when the Germans won that, though.
Yeah.
So the Germans won that
one.
Was
the unification there.
Yeah, but they lost earlier. I think Napoleon. Was that Napoleon back then in 1807?
Yes.
Napoleon gave them what for? It actually was like he was like occupying territory within that. And they were like, fuck, dude. It's just fucking bullshit. And then a German guy, Franz Bopp, provided scientific linguistic proof of Sir Jones, the guy from England's Indo-European theory. And then a couple of German philosophy bros, Johann Gottlieb Fichte and Johann Gottfried Herder, start to hype everyone up on this idea of the Volk. That was like Hitler shit.
The Volk, yeah.
And he started being like...
Volkswagen.
Yeah, he started being like, dudes, like, yeah, we got beat by the French, but like... Deep down inside, we're like noble warriors tied to like a long tradition of just like
tunic warriors.
Yeah, like we're sick, dudes. And everyone's like, nah, you think we suck? We lost the French. Like, nah, dude, we're the fucking Volk, dude. And like we're being plagued by like, this like shit going on right now.
Yeah.
And it didn't get anti-Semitic yet.
It's coming.
It laid the it starts to lay the foundation. So he starts pumping everyone up. He's like, look, like we're the Volk.
No, I remember.
And he was like, we got to knock the bullshit off and become the fucking Volk. And Fichte is quoted on saying, the purpose of the future German nation, which would be built off the virtues of the French Revolution, that was just in there, would be to found an empire based in spirit and reason and to annihilate completely the crude physical force that rules the world. So like, we're the Volk. We're good.
Yeah.
It's just the world's fucking evil, bro. And we have to, restore everything to order.
It's kind of how every single person on Earth feels.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, and obviously, these kind of vibes.
Tight? Where did I hear this? I forget where I heard this. It's the war right now is just between the French Revolution and the American Revolution. As far as which values, like French Revolution was equality.
Yeah.
The American Revolution was right to happiness, pursuit of happiness,
independence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude.
That's where democracy's at. Also, there is a pizza here. Noah, could you be a deer?
You want to pause?
No, we don't need to pause. We might have a pizza party during the history cast.
Nope, not a problem.
I might eat pizza on this episode.
You should, dude.
It'd be fun.
It'd be
a nice time for a pizza party.
So these vibes are obviously picked up and ran with by the Nazis later on. But Fichte, the guy who said this, did not hate the Jews, for the record. Also for the record, he didn't like them very much. But he didn't hate them. And while he actually resigned from his college position because people were bullying the Jews on his campus, and the college did nothing about it, and he was like, fuck this is messed up.
All right, nice.
That was pretty good. That's pretty woke for his time.
Pretty good.
He was like, I'm not a fan personally, but you can't be mean to him, man. That's what he did. And he actually resigned from his position. It was like, well, that's kind of nice. Another guy, Friedrich Schlegel, comes out and says that so like you have this idea of the Aryans floating around, like we're the fucking Volk. He comes out and he goes, dude, the Aryan Persians are definitely our ancestors of the noble Germans. So, then the Volk starts to get into this kind of like Persian shit, and they're like, dude.
Wow, it's a pretty good looking pizza.
Is that pretty good?
We'll see.
Dude, pause up.
I'll pause for a pizza break.
Pause up.
I'm gonna pause. It'll make no difference to you.
No one will tell. Pause up, dude. Get fueled.
Wow, it's a pretty good looking pizza.
Wow, that was a good pizza.
Dude, it looked yummy.
Noah, you treated yourself there. You had quite a few slices.
Really?
Gardini with a respectful 2. An absolutely respectful 2 out of the guard dog.
What did Noah have?
How many did you have, Noah?
I had 3.
Leaving you 3 slices? You got to equal, man.
3. Well, I'm the king.
You should have 4.
I'm fat king.
You should have 4, dude.
If I get a pizza, I'm eating 3.
You got to eat 4, dude.
If no one's home, I'm eating most of the pizza.
Yeah.
If I'm at a party,
once you
3.
close that, like...
You got to
finish
can't leave
it.
2.
Once you surpass 4, you should. Once you work like Like when it's like
Yeah,
less
you're
than
rounding
half
third.
left. When
When
you're
you're
round
headed
third,
home.
yeah. When you're round third, you got to just eat the whole
I've been
thing.
playing MLB The Show, and I only use baseball analogies now.
Yeah. Once you're round third,
I've been going to a lot of ball games lately.
was that third? Yeah, you're on your third base of a pizza, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to. Third base coach is giving you the signal. He's giving you the green light. You got it.
Take a nice lead.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, kid.
Oh man, you got to play MLB The Show.
I want to, man.
I heard about your Grand Theft Auto.
It's coming.
All right.
My fucking controller got stolen off my porch.
What?
Someone stole my Amazon package,
You
dude.
think it was a person of color?
I don't know. I don't want to assume.
If you had to guess.
I don't want to assume. I caught there was one package thief, and he was indeed a person of color. And
What?
I caught him digging through stuff across the street, and I was like, "Hey, doing over there?" I saw him back. He was ripping packages open. I was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Ugh," and he took
You know
off.
what we get in Queens? We get Asians going through trash.
Really? Oh, I've seen that before.
They
Yeah,
love collecting cans and
Yeah.
plastics.
I've seen that before.
I don't know what they're doing with them all. No, I did. They're
Yeah.
taking them to
Getting
recycling
paid,
centers.
bro.
They're
Getting
getting
fucking paid.
nickels.
Getting mega paid. Dude.
Sorry about that. It'd be funny for a guy to not know what they were doing.
They thought they were like building
Asians
robots and shit.
fucking keep stealing my trash, and I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what the fuck they're up to.
Back to learn about the Aryans.
All right. So the guy. So we talked about the guy. What was his name? Not Franz Bopp. The other guy, Vict or whatever his name was.
Schlegel.
No,
Schlegel?
Schlegel came out. So the one guy resigns. He's like, dude, like we're being too mean to the Jews. This is like in the 1800s. He's like, you can't be bullying them, bro. And he's like, I'm not being a professor here. So, that happened. And then, time passes. Another guy, Friedrich Schlegel, comes out and says the Aryan Persians, because they say that's like the scripture about the Aryans. They're like, they're definitely Aryans. They say, and so are we, the Volk. And he's basing this all off that same translation by Abraham, off the Zend-Avesta and other stuff like it. And he's like, yo, we're fucking Aryans too, dude. And the whole book of the Zend-Avesta is them being like, we are the supreme people, blah, 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 blah. But it was written 3,500 years ago when,
It was crap.
Yeah, everyone was like, we're the fucking best.
Yeah.
So
We're the best.
yeah, so he comes out. I mean,
We're the best.
clearly.
You and me are the best.
Easily.
Yeah.
So, and here's a quick note, because then I start looking up, like, what does Zoroastrians say about this shit? Of like, are they ever like, it really pisses us off that people use our Bible to commit the Holocaust to be Nazis. So what they say, here's what the Zoroastrians say about the Avestas and all the translations. This was like a Zoroastrian scholar.
We've spoken to a Zoroastrian scholar. Here's his quote. No.
I read his blog. Yeah, I read his blog.
No.
I read his blog, and he goes on to explain that people with an agenda who read the Avesta scriptures usually find what they're looking for, given its ambiguity and the fact that there are, I think, 47 different translations at this point.
Yeah. They also did that with Nietzsche.
Really?
Yeah, Hitler.
They picked and choose.
He was like, we are the Supermen.
Ubermensch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was basically like,
Ubervolken.
he was saying Christians go into it and like, hey, look, angels and shit. That's what we have. Muslims find stuff. Iranian patriot sees Zoroaster as a prophet of the Iranian state. And, obviously, if you want to, rid the planet of Jews, you'll see stuff in there like, yeah, we are the best. And this stuff applies to us as well. Even anthropologists will go through the Avesta scriptures and be like, they'll find stuff about Bronze Age animal husbandry and be like, I fucking knew it.
I knew we invented horses.
They'll see clues. Like anthropologists be like, I knew they fucking did that shit back then. And, it's all based on.
No one really knows.
No one has any fucking clue. So that's the whole idea. It's
But
like people
I think they got the right area of where it came from.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think right away they took over India. Whoever came out with horses
Yes.
came down the west coast of India and started fucking shit up.
Well, it's also entirely probable. Like I said, this is the other thing too. That like,
You sound like JP there.
thank you.
Yeah.
The other, it's like it is possible because they get like the mummies with red hair in Egypt, and people freak out about that. And they're like, well, that's because when they mummify them. And blah,
Yeah,
blah.
it's embarrassing to freak out about any of that.
Exactly. But people get.
But the Little Mermaid is white.
True. But the what this guy's saying is like if you have an agenda,
So is
it's
James Bond.
easy to project it onto the Avesta scriptures and find what you're looking for. So, throwing out a footnote. So, as the Germans and the rest of Europe go further into the 1800s, the emphasis on religion and culture begins to fade. It becomes less and less important. It doesn't happen overnight. And then these German people getting teased like, dude, like, are we the fucking Aryans, dude? They start to ask. They get restless. The whole shared culture, shared Indo-European language thing, it's not enough, dude, because it's lessening in importance. And they start going like, what did the ancient Aryans really look like?
Oh, that sounds like what an Asian person would call the History Channel show.
What? So they start going like, people in Germany are like, and in France too, to be fair. And I think Ireland at one point was like, yo, we're Persian. We're like we called it.
Yeah.
Ireland called like we're Persian instantly. So they started being like, did the best people from that book, like, did they look like me, dude? Like they look like me, right?
Well, I understand. They didn't feel represented in all of the myths.
Exactly.
They needed to be represented.
I
don't watch a movie unless somebody looks exactly like me.
And that's kind of what was going on.
I only watch Peanut Butter Falcon and The Ringer.
So they started like getting fired up, and again that starts to pressurize like intellectuals. Like, I'll go find it. This is what people want. So they start they're digging through stuff trying to find it. And like we said, religion was fading from importance. And if you're into like Jungian psychology, they always talk about how like our impulses don't fade with the vehicles they're expressed through. So like back in the day, if I was a guy, say I was a Christian bashing Arabs, if I was doing that in like the 1500s, I'm coming at them more from like your fucking culture, boo, your religion. It's more of like a holistic 360 slam. And as religion faded from the picture, people started getting like, and as we got more emphasized on like physical characteristics, which was always there. But as religion fell away, people started attacking strictly more on physical stuff. They recognized it back then, but it was like, dude, here's an example of a slam. So it's in 1830s. You got a guy like Christian Lassen, who was another Orientalist, a student of Schlegel, who this guy Lassen starts to be like, yo, again, we're definitely fucking Aryans. And he was like, and we can tell just not the language and everything. We can tell just by the way we conduct ourselves. This is his quote. He was like, we're the most gifted of all. This is how people used, like, before they started just being like, fuck you, dude. And like having like more.
It is. I'm sorry to cut you off. It is funny that every single culture, it's like, yeah, we're the best. We do it the right way.
Yeah.
It's like, who do you think invented the right way? Your culture.
Yeah. That's exactly.
It's so funny.
And that's all that. So, and this is like, but as the
I do it all the time.
As the emphasis on religion faded, that's when it got into more like in the early 1900s. People started measuring heads and getting into eugenics. That's when it took on like strict physical characteristics. Yeah. That's why people say like Europeans invented racism. There wasn't racism before that. It's like it was there. It just was more kind of verbose and kind of like poetic. This is how this guy used to get racist back in the day. So Christian Lassen, he's like, we're the fucking Aryans, and the reason why, quote, we're the most gifted of all and perfect in talent, creativity, flawless in spirit and harmony of soul. So, and then he was the one who started to contrast the idealistic Aryan Volk with the Semite, referring to both Jews and Arabs. So he started saying the Jews and the Arabs did not possess the harmonious balance of the forces of the spirit, and that the Semites' views and notions so absorbed their intelligence that they're unable to rise with serenity to the contemplation of pure ideas.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what a slam.
Yeah, how are you supposed to yell that out of a truck?
What a slam.
You got to streamline that.
What a slam, dude. And then, this is kind of where it gets into kind of funny. He was like, he goes on to say that the Semite in his religion is egotistical and exclusive. And then in a rather ironic statement.
This shit's egotistical. We are actually perfect.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So then one of his boys right after that is like, dude, I think Aryans are actually the chosen race. So all this is just like a wild projection based out of insecurity, blah, 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 blah.
It's almost like everything is a wild projection out of insecurity.
So that's what you get into with the with the young stuff. It's like, so you have these guys, like the religion loses importance. They start slamming more like physical characteristics. And then now you have anti-racists who are like, there's like, it's just that same that same force, dude. It's just fucking like, fuck, I fucking hate racists. And it's the same hatred. It's constantly shedding and taking on new forms. So that's kind of, just want to give a little hat tip to Young, dude, with all this stuff. So then
I'm gonna beat Young's ass,
dude.
I'm gonna find his casket and crap in it.
What?
I hate this guy.
Young's the fucking man, dude. So then Schlegel and his boys are like, yo, we're the fucking chosen race. We're not fucking Jewish or Arabic, and we're fucking also kind of Persian too, but like they're white. Get over it. And he was like, let's fucking go. And around this time, they were getting pumped because
what are we gonna do? He's like, invade Poland.
Well, around this time, the French are also hyped now based on the fact that they defeated the French in the late 1870s, or the German Prussian type dudes. Wilhelm I, was coming off a wicked victory of like, dude,
it's time to unify
Yep.
Deutschland.
We got fucking revenge on the French. we're the best. And guys are like, yeah, dude, fuck that. Fuck Jews. And people are like, all right, fuck yeah. Let's just
Some
keep
guy
this
in the back's like, yeah, fuck Jews. Like, all right, party's on, dude.
Party going. So
it feels like one of my shows. I'm just up there. Somebody yells something. I'm like, all right. We're gonna keep the stand up going. But,
so that you know, again, the shit.
Don't yell stuff.
Yeah, don't yell it out. So they go and you know, eugenics are hitting. It's like it's wild, dude. People are like, there's like it's like it is now with like I went to Bryn Mawr and they're like they'll have these like weird intellectual things of stuff that you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They were just doing the opposite, where they'd be like, yeah, we measured everyone's heads. Ours are perfect, and we're the smartest. So sorry, dude. And, you know, they started doing all the eugenics and all that stuff. So then Wilhelm.
Yeah, you ever see Django?
Yeah.
You know that part in Django Unchained?
When they used
the
thing?
skull stuff?
Yeah,
what was that called?
Cranial.
A word for
I don't know, honestly.
Probably craniology.
Something like that. But yeah, they were measuring all this shit and being like, and they would like compare like skeletons and heads and be like, that's us, obviously. Measured our head, measured their head. We're obviously Aryan, we're the best. And so then it goes, so you know, Wilhelm the First, everyone's like, hell yeah, dude, like we beat the French. Wilhelm the Second steps up. This is kind of where my notes leave off, but I think I got this from here. So Wilhelm the Second.
Where's my dog Bismarck? Where's he at? You run into him?
He was a Prussian guy, right?
Yeah.
So Wilhelm the Second splits from Bismarck. I think there was a part where he was like, no, dude, I'm cool. Also, Wilhelm the Second was half British. He was half Brit, half German.
Yeah, they all were.
Yeah, apparently.
They're all related.
Kind of weird.
I think Habsburg. I forget.
I don't know, but I
know.
They
were all, like World War One, they were all cousins.
So Wilhelm, I think in 1880 something, like 88.
Yeah.
He's like, his dad starts, I guess, dies or something. So Wilhelm II comes up on the scene. So, you know, his people are fucking fired up, dude. They're like Aryan stuff. And they're like, yeah, dude, this shit fucking rules. Yeah. So Wilhelm II, let me see, according to my notes here. Yes, we got hit. Eugenics hits. Everyone's wild. They also had it. So Wilhelm II takes them into the Boxer Rebellion. So they go into China. They go into China. But
you see how many people died in that?
A lot of people died. Well, they were killing Christians.
They killed a lot of people.
Chinese are killing Christians. So then, but apparently Germany, like Wilhelm's forces, they only sent like 800 troops. They sent like a weak amount of troops. And he also, so they didn't basically help at all. They showed up late. And then Wilhelm, this is his first major scandal, was like, we're about to go hit fucking China like the Huns did a couple thousand years, and like referred to like going in and just decimating the entire population. And everyone was like, whoa, bro. In the 1800s, I was like, dude, chill.
Yeah.
Chill. You can't be bringing that kind of shit up. So that was his first major scandal. People were like, dude, this guy's kind of fucking nuts.
It's a sick war plan, though.
Yeah, dude.
Spec, I've met with my war council. We decided we're just going to kill everyone. All right.
He was basically like, go forth and show them how Christians love to suffer. And like, we're going to go, and like, this isn't even going to phase us.
Damn.
We're going to roll through there.
We
like,
were ISIS.
He was nuts. Or he was like, apparently very eloquent. He would give 6 speeches, but every now and again, he would just cross the line a little.
Yeah.
You know, he get fired up. So.
He's pushing boundaries.
He's pushing boundaries hard. So he had that. The Boxer Rebellion was kind of a shame on the German nation. Like the other, England and France were like, what the fuck? Yeah, way to show up. You know, like your boy, you get in a fight and your boy like doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
They were hitting Germany with that. Like, dude, you didn't even do anything. Shut up. And then like, so the Germans are kind of embarrassed. And at this time too, people are kind of like questioning the idea of the monarchy in general. So he's on a slippery slope. And then after that, he had the Eulenburg scandal. The Eulenburg scandal in Wilhelm II's like interior party. It turned out a bunch of them were gay, and a news reporter leaked that a lot of his boys were gay. And like, dude, people started killing themselves and shit. It was bad. So then a lot of people like, I think Wilhelm's fucking gay. He was like, fuck that, dude. No, I'm not.
Well, I ain't.
So he started spazzing. And then he goes over, so that's one scandal. He's like, fuck, dude. He like, the Boxer Rebellion kind of throws him off. Everyone's like, yo, Wilhelm's fucking gay. And he's like, no, I'm fucking not. So then he goes over to Morocco because he's trying to stir up this whole like Middle Eastern he like loved the Middle East. He's like, fucking Aryans, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck. He's like, if I wasn't a Christian, I'd be a Muhammad man.
Nice.
That's what he said. He's like, dude, this shit fucking rules over here. So he goes into Morocco and is like, dude, you guys should be an independent nation, totally forgetting about like, the fact that France was occupying Morocco.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck that, dude. You guys rule. There's no reason you should be bowing down to the French. And the French are like, the fuck, dude?
What are you telling him that for, dude?
He was also feeling the victory he just had over them. So he's like,
pimps.
Dude.
They were like, yo, why are you talking to one of my bitches?
Exactly. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. So he's just wilding, dude.
I just watched Casablanca.
Did you really? I never saw that.
It's actually good.
I bet
you'd like it.
It's probably one of the classics.
It's great.
Dude, so he has the Moroccan crisis. And so that's like, people are like, dude, I don't know about this guy. He's kind of fucked up. And then in a news report, like he was like in some sort of interview, just spazzes on England. He's like, they're fucking nuts, dude. They're all crazy and fucking weird. But he also like loved England. It was weird.
Yeah.
So he spazzes on England. He pisses off the French. He dishonors like the English monarchy. And then Archduke Franz Ferdinand, his boy, Wilhelm II, that was his close boy, gets capped, dude. So then, that was Austria, right?
Yeah.
So then Austria declares war on Serbia.
Yes.
But Austria was Wilhelm II's ally. So he's like, well, we got to defend you.
And then the Ruskies.
Exactly, dude. And then so the Ruskies were like, well, fuck you then. We're defending Serbia, so we're going to fight you. And then I think there was an agreement between France and Russia where it's like, well, France is like, hey, dude, if you're attacking the Russians, we're fucking you up. And then England was like, well, if you cross through Hungary or wherever it was, if you cross through Austria, I forget wherever it was, if you cross through this one neutral territory, we're going to fuck you up too.
Yeah.
And Wilhelm II goes, fuck, dude, I think I got set up.
Yeah.
I think this was I think he starts getting paranoid.
I think the Black Hand set him up.
He thinks it was a European scheme to like destabilize the German nation. That's what he started. That's a type time he was on, dude. He's like, dude, I'm not gay. B, I'm getting set up. So they go into World War I. Doesn't go well for the Germans, obviously, as you know. Gets his butt kicked. And then it's funny, actually, they talked about how a young Hitler fought in World War I and he got burned with chemical gas. And he woke up in his bed and someone's like, yo, we lost. And he just fucking kicked and screamed his bed and was like, fuck. So they all hated Wilhelm II. They're like, you're a fucking idiot. You started all this bullshit. So then his whole navy revolts on him. His navy mutinies and there's like an uprising. And everyone's like, overthrow the monarchy in Germany. Fuck this. This sucks. And he goes into exile. His exile is actually pretty sick, dude. So he goes into exile in the Netherlands where he chopped.
Oh, that's not very far.
Not at all, dude. He went to the Netherlands. The rumor is that it took 60 train cars to transfer all of his wealth and possessions. So he just goes out there with a ton of shit. He bought a
discreet.
Discreet dude, man.
I'm in hiding.
He killed thousands of animals hunting, chopped down like acres of tree, like loved clearing forests. So he just cut down trees, killed thousands of animals, grew a long beard. And he also bought a house in Greece from the family of an Austrian empress who was stabbed by an Italian anarchist. So she died, and he was like, yo, I don't know what you guys doing with the house. Bought just for no reason. Bought the house in Greece. And then he was just like, he's rich as fuck. He's chilling. And then, Nazism starts to rise. And eventually he's watching that being like, oh, that's my ticket back to the, fucking monarchy. Like, they're going to rise, bring Germany back to power, and just be like, yo, bro, we did it. Here you go. So he reaches out to Hitler, and he was like, what's good? And they're just like, fuck off, dude. Like, we don't care about you. And then Kristallnacht happens. And then Wilhelm comes out, and he's like, dude, that's fucked up. Like, this is not going good. And this was his quote against Kristallnacht and against Hitler, because he was like, yeah, these fuck, I like this Nazi. He's like, it's a little edgy, but I think I know what they're doing, and they're gonna bring me back to glory. So when Hitler did Kristallnacht, and then like I think one of his sons was like, he was talking to his family, and his son was like, yeah, like that's what you got to do, and he was like, I'm so ashamed to be a German. So this was his story. This was his thing about Hitler. This is a quote: "There's a man alone, without family, without children, without God. He builds legions, but he doesn't build a nation. A nation is created by families of religion, traditions. It is made up out of the hearts of mothers and wisdom of fathers, the joy and the exuberance of children. For a few months, I was inclined to believe in National Socialism. I thought of it as a necessary fever, and I was gratified to see that there were associated with it for a time some of the wisest and most outstanding Germans. But these, one by one, he has gotten rid of or even killed. He has left nothing but a bunch of shirted gangsters. This man could bring home victories to our people each year without bringing them either glory or danger. But of our Germany, which was a nation of poets and musicians, of artists, which everyone says, and of soldiers, he has made a nation of hysterics and hermits engulfed in a mob and led by 1,000 liars and fanatics." Comes out with a pretty hard slam on Hitler.
Yeah. And
then Hitler starts to win, dude. Instantly comes out and it's like, woo! Yeah. He's like, yo, Hitler, dude, He wrote him a letter and he said, "My Fuhrer, I congratulate you." Just changes his tune pretty hard in 1940. "I congratulate you and hope that under your marvelous leadership, the German monarchy will be restored completely." And apparently Hitler saw it, laughed, and went, "What a fucking idiot." Yeah. And just never responded. So then, he didn't let go. So during his last year, Wilhelm II had gone from being like, this guy's fucked up, towards like when he got older in his last year in the Netherlands, he started getting on some shit. He said Wilhelm believed that Germany was a land of monarchy and therefore of Christ, and that England was a land of liberalism and therefore of Satan and the Antichrist. He argued that the ruling classes of England were Freemasons thoroughly injected by Judah. So he flipped his script a little bit.
Yeah.
He started being like, Nazism.
He got old.
Tight. He got old.
Yeah.
And he started saying, British people must be liberated from the Antichrist Judah. We must drive Judah out of England just as he has been chased out of the continent. So he thought the Freemasons and the Jews had caused the 2 world wars.
In his defense, if he was in the Netherlands
Yeah.
in the 40s,
Yeah.
you got to write that.
Yeah.
If somebody finds that.
But
Because that was Nazi controlled.
Oh, in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Okay. So he started saying basically like he was the subject of an elaborate English setup. You know, he's like, we are the nation of Christ and like just fucking the Volk, and they're getting infiltrated on some bullshit. I think like, well, I guess like you were saying, the French Revolution stuff.
Kind of.
Liberalism and stuff.
Well, yes. But, yeah, it's tough to I mean, I'm not disputing it, but like any documents from people in Nazi Germany, it's tough to tell.
Well, and exactly. So this is the thing too. So he's watching the beginning of World War I and being like, World War II, being like, oh, hell yeah, dude, we're going to win this shit. So he starts being like, yo.
Well, yeah, he also was in Holland. So he was like, they're going to come here shortly.
Yeah.
I better start fucking being like, yo, you guys do rule.
That's probably what he was
doing.
doing.
I was talking shit a couple months ago, but now that your guns are.
Well, he discovered the Illuminati, dude.
Yeah.
He was there and he's like, wait, what the fuck? And then exactly. He started being like, you guys fucking rule. And before he died, he wrote a 1940 letter to his sister, Margaret. And he wrote basically like, the hand of God is creating a new world and working miracles. We are becoming the United States of Europe under German leadership. And he starts to say some other stuff about the Jews getting kicked out of Europe. And he was just like, you know, he's like, dude, this comes from this whole dream of like the Volk and blah, blah, blah. So he dies before the Germans attacked. What was that called? When they attacked Russia?
Yeah.
I forget. There's
Barbarossa.
Like Barbarossa. Yeah. He died right before Barbarossa, just being like,
so shit
he was
sweet.
like, woo, baby.
Yeah.
He's like, we're number one. I knew we'd be good. Yeah. And then obviously they go into, whatchamacallit. Yeah. So he's like, dude, the monarchy will be back, blah, 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 blah. We're good. And then the Germans went into Barbarossa, and it just didn't go well, bro.
Didn't go great.
Did not go great at all. And that was the whole idea, was like, you know, he was against, that's where like, oh, and also too, a lot of the anti-Semitism of the First World War, when they lost, they came back and they were like, I didn't see any Jews fighting next to me. The Germans were like, so that like started a lot of the shit. Was like,
they thought they got sold out.
Yeah.
By the Jews and the politicians.
Yes. So they were kind of like, what the fuck? So, okay. So where am I? Okay, so and this is also one of the other things too that Hitler was kind of using the Aryan stuff to pump people up, was he was going back into like ancient Persian stories, talking about like when Cyrus freed the Hebrews from Babylon, which resulted in like the Hebrews getting out, and he was like, they kept being like, that's what fucking fucked up society and blah 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 blah. So that he still has his people, like, even though they're getting crushed in Russia, he's still pumping them up on this like Aryan master race stuff.
Yeah.
So slowly they start to. The Germans starts reaching out to Iran, and like, you know, it wasn't Iran yet, it was just Persia, and they're like, yo bros, like, we're the same, because they're trying to fight. They get crushed in Russia, and they're like, or it just doesn't go well in Russia, so they're like, all right, they start reaching out to like different countries.
Yeah, they got crushed.
And this is how the dudes like Iranians will chuck up salutes to, like, sometimes chuck up Nazi salutes. So he starts going out to, the guy was Shah Pahlavi, who was now we're jumping to Persia, it was Persia. So the English were like kind of putting up the monarchy of Persia, and Shah Pahlavi was he was like a general or something. And then eventually he like rose to power. And as he rose to power, he kind of overthrew the British put up Shah Pahlavi, because the British wanted to keep the Russians out of like India and that whole area. So he was kind of he was put up in position by the British, and he fought the Russians, blah 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 blah, and then he starts, I guess like getting a little foreign aid from England, and he overthrows the monarchy, and he has to he's like, I'm building the Iranian nation, and Iran, he starts coming up like, what are we gonna do? And the whole time the German like interior ministries, like, they have their Persian delegates sending this guy like, yo, do this, check this out, check out this thing, these Investors, you know, like get into it. And they start to go, he's like, we got to start a new country, not Persia, because Persia, like when Europeans hear about Persia, they were like deeply embarrassed about getting fucked up by the Russians in like the 1700s. So they were like, dude, like, you know, we got to start a country. We want to be like a strong power. We're the best, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, sorry, I'm just trying to access my notes in my brain. So he founds Iran. He founds modern day Iran, which translates into the land of the Aryans. The whole Iranian state is built on, you know, it's deeply rooted in kind of this myth of the Iranians. And they were like still talking to the English, talking to the Germans, but they had German people. They had a lot of Germans in there, like German officials in Iran at the time. And then the English started Germany started losing the war, and when the British and the Russians were like, yo, give up those German people or we're going to come fuck you up. And they were like, this guy at this point, you know, he built Iran. He's like, I got this big ass country. We're the best. And he just got flattened by England and Russia. Like they didn't even fight. They came down on him and all the soldiers were like, fuck this, I'm out. So he was deeply embarrassed. And then since, I guess he was so cool with Germany, he didn't hand the Germans over. He let them flee the country. And then the Russians were like, well, fuck you then. We're going to occupy Tehran and all this stuff. So it wasn't looking good for him. So then he was forced to retire. And then his son took over. And that's like around that time, as they call it Iran, the land of the Aryans. And his son was like, we need to start an Aryan brotherhood with India, Pakistan, Afghanistan. And, you know, the whole thing ends with them still to this day being like, we're the fucking Aryans, we're the best.
Wow.
Because in order to build the Iranian state, they had a similar issue where they were like, we just got smashed by Europe. And the Shah was like, oh, we're white, dude. Like, how do you know what happened? We were white and we were crushing shit in the Middle East, like the Germans told us and all these other things. And then we intermixed with Muslims. So they had the same issue with Muslims being like, they fucked us up. We're actually supreme in all of intelligence and everything. They fucked us up. And then Iran was built out of like a similar myth. So, and to this day, Iranian Aryanism still thrives.
Damn.
That was an abridged version.
Yes.
But pretty sick. I was getting scattered. I was just freestyling.
No.
But that's why today you go to a German soccer game with Iran and it'll be dudes like chucking up fucking Nazi salutes because they're still like, we know, bro. Like there's a couple dudes who are like, we're the Aryans, we're the best.
We got that scribble.
And both just got leveled.
Yeah.
And you know, in those wars, they just weren't having a good time. So there it is. There's the Aryan myth. And again, it's like people say, dude, there's you know, maybe there is, dude. Maybe there's redhead fucking, you know, Egyptians. That's cool. Like, whatever. But when people start being like, and they don't want you to know this shit because you're the fuck, it's like, dude, just fucking turn that shit off.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much history they don't want you to know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm always.
Yeah.
Who's they?
Yeah. But again, it's like, you know, that whole narrative was based off of the Zend Avesta, which was written by a dude who was like geeking out, pulling guns. And it's like, dude, you might get one. Like, yeah, maybe there were fucking, like that lady has another book about there was like blonde hair people in Central America. It's like, I guess, dude. I don't know. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, who cares?
That doesn't help me.
Yeah.
So that was that's how the word Aryan started and worked its way through World War II. And obviously after World War II, the Nazis fell. People in Europe were like, let's chill on that word. But in Iran, they were like, whoa, we are the fucking Aryans and we're the best. And, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, happy month.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, dude.
I completely forgot about that. I had no idea what you were talking about.
Target's fucking popping right now, dude. There's so much sick gear at Target that I'm like, all right. It's taking everything in me not to come decked out.
Yeah, I go to Fiesta here a lot, so it's like that all year round.
Really? With the gear?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have told me, bro. You should not have told me.
That's the best place to get like a half chicken with rice and beans for like $7.99.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Target? Did you see the fucking gear at Target, though?
Mm-mm.
It's a Hispanic Heritage Month, so now they have like, you guys made it, dude. When did they start that? Was that always been a thing? I feel like that's recent.
I think it's been a thing, but we don't get a full, it's like a half September, half October.
They don't give you the end of, what?
Yeah. It's half September, half October. It's weird.
So they cut you off right before Muertos? That's fucked up. Yeah. That's fucked up.
I think they tried to start it on this 16th of September is when they try to start it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So they give you like the middle of the 2 half months?
Yeah. See, Friday, September 15th to Sunday, October.
The fuck is that?
15th.
That's bullshit.
I like it.
But why does it span? Like, what's the? I don't know, man. It's such a. I was thinking about this on the way over too. I didn't want to go all like radio on you and slam us on you, but it's like, it is a weird thing to give people. Just be like, especially if people who are like, yo, I'm like, we're fucked, and be like, here's a month, dude, and you're like, thanks, man. Like, what do I do with it? It's like, yeah, it's a month, dude. It's yours.
I think it's a good way to appease the people who you think are lower than you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just like we gave you a month, and it's like, what do I do with this? You're like, well, nothing. It's not even like building a statue. It's just like we're giving you a abstract idea.
Yeah.
This is your month.
Well, the reason they do it half and half is because, like I said, the September 16th, and then the fact celebrating has started out as spending. It started off as a week. So first we got a week, then we got better, and they're like, we're gonna give you a month. So I appreciate it to the deep state. Thank you for giving us a month. I really enjoyed that.
Yes, it also might be. It's probably something to keep people fighting too, because it's like they gave Gay Sex Month is June. It's all of June, right?
I wouldn't know, but I'm happy for them.
I'm gonna pause myself. I know exactly when it is. It's June. It's June. It's definitely June. Black History Month is February.
Yes,
I think that was a clear attack.
I didn't know about Black History Month until like maybe 6th grade.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up on a border town. And so, like, we didn't get MLK Day off or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, shoot, there's a whole month.
Yeah, true. I walked into Juarez one time. I didn't know anything about, like...
What year?
It would have been, like, 2008.
Oh, yeah, that's like one of the worst years you can go.
They didn't know. I was like, because I was working in, I think, Albuquerque. No, I think it was Albuquerque. That's what I think of Borders. And I was working in Albuquerque, and my boss was like, yeah, dude, like, I'm going to do meetings for the day. Just like take the afternoon. You can like walk right into Mexico if you want. And I was like, hell yeah. Because you used to be able to just walk back and forth.
Yeah.
So I was like, nice. I'm going to take a little, gander through here. And I walked in, I'm looking around, and I was like, this is kind of fucked, dude. I was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's just a little different. I was walking around, and they had like a little plaza. And then there was like these rows of bars and like no drogas, pistolas. And I know enough Spanish to read. I'm like, at least they're being safe about like guns and drugs and these establishments.
No, if you smoke weed there, they'll arrest you quickly.
They'll fuck you up, yeah.
Yeah, especially around that time.
Yeah, a guy came to my aid. I was walking down like deeper and deeper into it, and a dude came and was like, Senor, no. He's like, that's the red zone, dude. Get out of here. And he took me into like the plaza, and I was like, all right, thanks, bro.
Yeah, they'll kidnap you real quick.
Oh, yeah, I was a walking duck, dude. I was just walking around being like, wow.
I'm happy
so different
that I got to enjoy like the last few years of border town nightclubs, which is like 2000 to 2004 was like the peak.
Oh no!
Right, and it was like Sodom and Gomorrah for children.
Really?
Yeah.
Was like 18 to enter, 21 to drink situation?
No, it was like you can be 12 and enter. You know
what
I mean? Yeah.
So you could just hit the club at 12?
Yeah. So I was going at 16, but I had friends that were there. They were 13, 14 years old, right? And we'd all get our money together, and we'd buy a bottle
of Mountain Dew
of Buchanan's.
What?
Yeah, so the drink
is that whiskey?
It's Irish liqueur, I think.
Oh my god!
But I didn't know that. We all called it Bucanas.
Yeah.
And so we order Bucanas and Sprite, and we drink that all night, and we get a VIP table for $100, and we each put in $10.
Is it not open anymore?
No. The place was called Frida's, and then they had the new one called Alaskan, which we all liked because it was so hot, and they'd blow cold air through the floor and stuff.
Fuck, dude.
Which was gross because the floor is disgusting.
Yeah.
So everybody's just getting sick. And then people started getting kidnapped and shot. So we're like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't go anymore.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Those places are weird where it's like 18 to enter, 21 to party. It's like, dude. Or 21 to drink, 18 to party, 21 to drink.
Well, no, it doesn't matter the age. Anybody could drink in there.
Yeah.
What was weird was we'd be 15, 16 years old, and we'd go in as a group, and then you'd have these 35-year-old little Mexican men holding flowers in their best suit, and they're trying to get into the club, and they won't let them enter. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. But there was a lot of people who graduated like in the 90s that were there, that it's like, obviously, you're 28, you're partying with 15-year-olds in Mexico. Which is legal.
It's legal, but it has to be frowned upon. It has to be like, dude, what the fuck?
No, we thought they were the coolest.
Really?
Yeah. Like the girl that I took to prom, I
was married. It's like a 40-year-old.
She was dating a drug dealer.
No.
Yeah. And like it was weird because after prom we went to go pick him up, and then I had to drive them to South Padre Island, and they're in the back making out, and I'm
Your prom date?
Yeah. Because I was like in love with her.
Yeah, true.
And then, but he was cool. He bought me my own hotel room, so that was.
Did he?
Yeah, that's very nice of him.
Go beat off in here.
Yeah, so I can hear him fuck my prom date in the next room.
Damn, dude. How old was this guy?
She was 18, so
okay.
he must have been 24, 25.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. And you knew the whole time. She's like, I have a boyfriend.
I knew that it was. I don't know what it was. I mean, first of all, I in my head I was like, I'm in love with this girl, right? But she just had really big titties and a pretty face.
Oh yeah, obviously.
But apparently later I found out that that he was at their parents' house saying he was gonna fuck me up if I like touched her at all, because he knew like I had a crush on her and shit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But I'm like this skinny kid, and he's like this older dude. It was weird.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But he was just like, he gave you his butt. You asked basically for her hand in prom.
No. She asked me to prom.
What?
Yeah.
She was trying to get you fucking killed, dude. This is fucking femme fatale, dude.
She couldn't take him to prom. He wanted to go to prom with her.
Oh, but he couldn't go.
And yeah, they're like, there's no way you're taking a 20-something-year-old to fucking prom. And so she's like, well, I'll take this dude because I know that he ain't gonna try shit.
Yeah.
And I looked good in a suit. So
true. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. I got my aunt's Nissan Maxima, and I thought I was the shit. And I was like, this is the night I take her.
You thought you were going to show her what's up. Like, this is the night.
Yeah.
Did you ever give her one of those talks like, you shouldn't be hanging out with him, he's bad news, or was it just like all business?
No, I was fucking, it was worse than that, because it was just like types of things that were, I'm trying to bring up arguments that they can have later. I'm like planting seeds, and I'm playing the best friend role. I'm a piece of shit.
No, I mean, dude, it's, took two to tango. Someone had to do that.
But I could have taken, like, there was this hot Brazilian girl who wanted to go to prom with me, and I was like, nah, I don't want her. I don't know, and I went with this girl, and I'm a fucking idiot,
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I don't, till this day, I'm like, I'm fucking dumb. That's the stupidest shit ever.
Nah, that happens. Is she still well and fine, or did she go to the ways of the life?
I don't really know. I'm lying. I saw her on Facebook. She's doing great. She's doing great.
Well, that's like a rite of passage, unfortunately, for high school girls, is to like date a drug dealer at some point.
Well, I think I was just like, every girl that I really liked, he dated, and it would fucking suck.
Fuck this guy, dude.
He was like, there was like two other ones. One was a track star, and I really liked her, but he was also fucking her. But I never went and told her, hey, he's cheating on you. For some reason, I knew in my head, don't fucking do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, because he'll kill you.
True.
Yeah.
Was he that like legit, or like?
No.
I was gonna say, if he was in the house, did you guys slow dance though?
No.
What?
No, we didn't do anything. We took pictures.
You didn't even get like that silky dress feeling at prom?
No.
God.
No, we took pictures.
Brother, I still remember it, dude. I still remember it. anything my wife wears like remotely silky, I'm always kind of like, oh my God. It's just I could, if you could just play Casey and JoJo, I could just sit there for 3 minutes and sway.
I remember John B. I remember hearing John B. I remember going out to eat, and she was angry the whole time because, and I ruined at the beginning because she walked in, and she was one of those that didn't need makeup, was pretty already, but whoever put the makeup on her caked that shit on.
Yeah.
And when she walked in, I went, ooh, who did your makeup? Oh, that was the first fucking thing I said to her.
Yeah, at one point to the bad boy.
Well, I was also kind of mad because knowing that nothing's going to come of this.
True, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was being a little passive aggressive.
That's fair. That's actually fair. I got sick on my prom. I had a fever, and I still, unfortunately, was trying to be like, can I just please get a hand job? I don't feel well. I don't feel well, please. No. And I was like, I just went home, and I was like, that sucked.
In the limo?
No, we weren't even in a limo. I think I just drove. I just drove with a fever. I took like way over the recommended amount of Advil or whatever it was to like try to like tamper it down.
Yeah.
So that I could hopefully, bust. And I just was so sick, and my head was spinning, and I was just like, the whole night I felt terrible.
What sucked was my best friend, I wanted to go like with our dates together, and they couldn't because my date and her friends fucking hated his date. So he had to go separately, right?
Yeah.
And I remember that next day, he was like, hey, can you give me a ride home? I was like, where's your date? And he's like, man, she let me for a dude on the beach.
Jesus, man.
And I remember being like, you're a fucking loser, bro.
Like, dude, I got a room, man.
You're a loser. Yeah.
There was a dude on the beach?
There was a dude.
That's seductive, though, as well. You guys were up against, like, the sexiest dudes in the world.
No, we're just two mama's boys. Like, we were just sheltered kids.
Yeah.
And these are horny valley girls because we lived on a border town. The South Padre Islands where we were. And, yeah, we just didn't.
So you lived on the island off of...
No, we lived in a small town called Westlaco, which is like 5 minutes from the border.
Gotcha, yeah.
And so the place to go was South Padre Island, the beach, which is like 45 minutes away.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited we're so close to Mexico. I was from Philadelphia, so it's nice that it's like right there. I was telling my wife, I was like, holy shit, dude, we're like right there.
It's not really that good right now.
I know. That's what. My mom actually talked her out of going. She was going to go down there. My mom's like watching Fox News all the time. She was just like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. And she was like, yeah, my friends went there, so you probably could be fine. But yeah, I went to Brazil and got robbed twice, so I'm kind of like,
oh shit.
Yeah. Well, no, I got robbed. Sorry, once in Brazil, but I got robbed multiple times in Philadelphia. But yeah, you can get fucked up down there, dude. That's what it's like. You never know.
There's safe places to go. Like,
yeah.
If you go to like the tourist areas and you stay in that tourist area.
I can't help it though, dude. I always look and I'm like, I'm fine. And then I don't pay any attention.
The problem is though, the cops can get you too.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. They'll pull you over, say you did something, trumped up charges, and then charge you right there.
And you got to pay. They just want the payout.
Yeah. Just give them, like, you pay your ticket right there.
That's kind of cool. I could get into that though. Of like doing the whole shakedown and being like, all right, boys. You feel kind of cool to be able to bribe cops. Well, I can't do that. In America, you need like way more money to bribe cops.
Or, just know the right people. You know what I mean?
True.
If you have a Freemason sticker on your car or something.
For real, does that work?
I don't know.
Fuck, I gotta get one.
I just see it on cars and I'm like, I guess so.
I think it is. My wife was a cop for a while. So oh yeah, she for a couple of years. So I had the cop sticker on my car. It might still be on there. I think it works. I one time blew a stop sign. It was like an accident. I just didn't see it. And I like blew it and hit my brakes in the middle of the intersection. And I saw a cop behind me and he pulled up on me. And he just I think he was just reading my plates and was like, oh, fuck it, he's fine.
Yeah.
They do work.
Do you have like a sticker, like a blue line?
FOP? No. FOP medallion. I think that's probably double protection. If you hit them with like the ideological, like I love cops.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, now that my wife was a cop, because my family was kind of like, meh on cops, as they all like were driving trucks, and that's a natural enemy, cops and truck drivers, because cops crush truck drivers.
I know that.
They hit them with fines. Yeah, it's the same thing. They just like wait and they're like, oh man, your chains should be this way or that way. They're like, that's $5,000. It's a huge revenue stream for townships.
Yeah,
you just like crush truckers.
How is it in Philadelphia? Because at the end of the month, you just see everybody being pulled over. You know what I mean?
With the quota?
Yeah.
They claim, and this is from directly inside, they claim there's no quota, but there is what they call there's activity logs, and they do pay attention to how much activity you have. So there's not like a direct quota, but there's like indirect incentives to like increase your activity. So if you don't have like any activity, they're going to be like, dude, you're telling me there was nothing, you didn't see anything to do?
So you got to go find it at the end of the month.
Yeah, or it's just like, it's not even monthly. It's just kind of something they pay attention to. Like if you're a cop and you get like a gun bust, then like they're like, hey, good job. And like everyone, they're really cognizant of that. So there's like those little jobs add up. There's like, they do something, but it's not like we need you to get 30 tickets. They're just kind of like, yo, man, why don't you have any activity?
I think it depends on the town. Like if you have a town of 5,000 people and there's no tourism or it's a shit town, you need that to survive.
Oh yeah, dude. Exactly. That's built. They definitely need that money because there's the tax base, and then there's like what the cops are out drumming up. So yeah, they do need the money, and they set up speed traps for a reason. They got caught in New Jersey setting up the red light. Do you guys have red light cameras down here?
Yeah, but they don't send tickets or anything like that.
They just snap a pic?
Yeah, they snap pictures.
Like, motherfucker. Got you. No, they got caught speeding up the yellow lights so that more people would get caught in that like half a second window, ticketed, and they got busted. Someone went out and measured the yellow light. Like that's not a standard 2.5 seconds or whatever it was.
Who was out there measuring the yellow light?
Dude, I could agree. I could see it. If after your third one, you're like, I swear to God, that fucking light's not long enough. And you go out and time it, and you're like, motherfuckers.
Does that mean they'd have to give back all the money from the tickets, or it's just like, fuck you, whatever?
They're not giving it back. But they had to go out and fix it. And then some like local council person probably got disgraced.
It's weird here because Austin is the anomaly where here the rules are completely different. And then as soon as you get a little bit further north or into Buda and Kyle, it changes completely. So if you're caught with just a little bit of weed, depending on the cop, they're like, all right, we're taking you in, doing all this shit.
That's what I heard. I heard if you have so in Austin, if you have like a vape cartridge, they don't like send you to jail.
They'll confiscate it. They don't give a shit, really.
Yeah, I got nervous. Because I was flying out of Texas, and I'm always I just like put it under my shoes through the airport. Because I didn't know if the airport would be like more strict because we were in Texas, but luckily, whatever. But I knew a guy who got caught with like a vape cartridge down here. He's like, yeah, dude, I got like booked. Like I went to jail.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
It depends on the cop and it depends on how small of a town and where you're at. Because they even had it where like this guy had brownies and they weighed the glass with the brownies. Yeah, man. I don't know if that's folklore.
No. I knew that happened to someone I know at a festival. They made brownies and they got charged with the possession of 5 pounds of marijuana. And it was like, dude, you couldn't get a lawyer to fight that. And like, no. I'm like, I could have argued that.
It's weird. Like the cops really don't give a shit because there's this place right here where the old studio was. It's called 5th and a Half. And it's right, where Vulcan's at?
Yeah.
So the next building over behind it where they're doing construction, that's where they do all their drugs. Like they sell drugs. They do like heroin, crack, whatever.
Who does? Does everybody?
Well, mostly homeless people.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So there's like a building they can do drugs in and stuff.
Yeah, in fact, for South,
is it vacant or is it like someone kind of like running like a weird?
Well, they've walked horses through there to like get everybody out before, but everybody just comes back to 5th and a Half. In fact, for South by, I remember watching them clean like with Dawn. They're putting Dawn on the street and they're scrubbing and cleaning and everything because they're getting ready for their South by.
Oh yeah.
And so now there's construction there. And the alleyway is only about like 3 feet wide. It's still packed all the way through.
Damn, the homeless here is pretty bad, isn't it?
Because there's a homeless shelter not too
right
far.
on 6th Street. Yeah, wherever that is, right around there.
It
just seemed thick. The first time I came to Austin, it was like, damn, it's thick. But I was in that area, right, of like the Creek and Cave and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a super thick home. So it's not that bad, you're saying, compared to like...
Not as bad anymore. Also, I've been down here for 1.5 years.
Yeah.
And so you get to know them. You know what I mean?
True.
And so there's like 3 of them that I will never give money to ever.
Heard that.
And then there's other people where whenever I see them, like, you want water? You want... Because I've seen them like stick up for people. I've seen like crazy at like this poor crackhead got punted in the face.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
He was trying to sell crack on somebody else's.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
They kicked him.
They kicked him right in the head. There's a lady in the diaper who plucks out her hair, and I've seen the progression of when she was out here, she looked 24, now she looks like 40.
Oh man.
Yeah. Great tits though. Great
really?
Tits.
Still?
Yeah. Still has great tits.
Fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah. The face went to shit, but the tits.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I want to. Yeah, that'd be nice to start a foundation. Just save like homeless ladies. Like you see the young, beautiful homeless ladies that like it'd be nice to set up a thing of like hit them with some like Botox, keep them hot, preserve them, preserve their beauty.
She's very well tanned, like because she's naked most of the time except a diaper, and she fills that diaper up.
God damn! Don't tell me that.
Yeah, she fills that diaper up.
Really?
Yeah.
You're telling fill it out or she fills it up?
No,
like,
she fills it up with shit.
She
and
uses
piss.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
she uses it.
That's responsible. At least I saw a lady piss on a bus stop bench. She pulled her pants down, like just recently pissed on it, then stood up and like wiped herself politely, and then like threw the trash away. And it was kind of like, dude, you're so close, dude. You're so close.
Don't give a shit.
You're so close. All you had to do was find a bathroom.
The one on 6th Street that I used to have my studio at, there was a lady, I don't know why, but my front door was where she wanted to masturbate constantly. Yeah, at least at least twice a month.
I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That's gotta be difficult.
She was not a pretty lady.
I know, but
she was not a pretty lady.
But still, of all the things that could potentially be done, there's like my friend had a driveway where people would like shit in it constantly.
Yeah.
All that stuff. But yeah, people would fuck in there as well. And it's like, he's got the camera and it's pretty awkward to watch, actually.
It was like,
it's always very fast too.
Yeah. It was like, well, they got shit to do.
True.
It was like Night of the Living Dead when I first came here. I would try to blend in, and I'd put up my hoodie and I had my backpack and I'd walk, and nobody would fuck with me, right? Mm-hmm. And then and I was there constantly, so they just thought, oh, he's just another vagrant here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I would try to blend in because 10 o'clock in the morning, they're up and they're looking for their shit.
Yeah.
There was one that I did make a kind of a connection with. Not a connection, but I heard him where he was shouting about the water wars of 2032.
Really?
Yeah, he's shouting.
I do like to hear when they go super futuristic. I like to sit down and talk to them because they might know.
He was like, I'm telling them.
2032 is the
2032. I'm telling them. He's shouting in the sky, and I looked at him and I was like, I hear you, bro. And he was like, he was so happy that somebody fucking heard him.
Well, so that lady, is she still come back to masturbate, or like, is that like, what do you do?
No, well, because I'm on this side now on 5th Street, so I don't have that issue anymore. Also, there's a new city ordinance, so a lot of them
no masturbating outside.
Well, that's one of them. That's one of them. The scary one is the dudes who start jacking off on the street, which I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah,
there was a family coming down, and I had just passed him, and they had little kids, and I didn't know how to tell them, don't go that way.
Yeah, this guy's jerking off.
This guy's jerking off.
They're going to think you're
Yeah, they think I'm the weirdo. And then my friend's voice popped in my head and goes, that's none of your business. And I was like, you're right. And I just kept walking.
Yeah, true. But it's a nice thing to stop, to be like, yo, there's a guy down there. You can whisper it to the mom. You can be like, there's a guy fucking jerking off down there.
Well,
excuse me, ma'am.
Well, in my head,
I got to talk to your mother right now. Excuse me. There's a man with his penis out as hard as fuck, and he's about to come. He's so close to coming. Be careful.
By the time you get there, he's gonna climax. I promise you.
He's gonna see you and he's gonna fucking jizz, dude. Be careful.
Well, it also freaks me out. Like, what the fuck are you doing taking your kids to 6th Street? You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah. My mother-in-law came here and the Uber driver's like, you should go down to 6th Street. And I was like, what? Like, no. It's not. Don't go down there.
Maybe if you're gonna go to Voodoo Donuts, get your donut and get the fuck out of there. But
get out, yeah.
Don't take it, especially during the day like that. People think, oh, at night, that's when it's dangerous. No. At night, there's DPS all across the street. There's cops everywhere. During the day, there ain't nobody out there.
Yeah, it's just the bros.
Yeah, doing drugs and masturbating on the street. So, yeah, don't take your kids out there.
Just jerking off and getting high. You know. That's a weird thing, too. It's like, all right, so, like, people are always like, we got to give them houses. It's like, go ahead. You want to clean it? Well, it's going to be pretty fucking gnarly.
A lot of them moved back out to the wilderness.
Really?
Yeah, because when it was 2021, when things were first opening up here in Austin, and it was so weird because I'm in a wine bar right on 6th Street, and then under the bridge, it's just encampments, like all the bridges, just tents everywhere, right? Yeah. Everybody's setting up. And then the windows open, and you can see right behind you all the homeless people.
From the wine bar?
From the wine bar, right? And then
should have told the guy, like, can you block that?
I told him, I started yelling at him saying, this is what's called a K-shaped recovery right here. This and that. Then I kept doing that, and they were just like, they start turning.
Wait, what did you say? K-shaped recovery?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So it's like the rich people after the pandemic went up and poor people just kept getting poor.
Yeah, true.
So it's a K-shaped recovery. True. I heard it on YouTube.
Yeah, how does that happen? I always hear that. There was like 40 new billionaires made during the thing and poor people got poorer, and it's like...
If you have assets.
Yeah.
If you don't have assets, then you just got poor because your money got devalued.
Oh, that's what it is. And then if you had assets, I still don't know. I have no idea how any of that shit works. Like if you have assets, your assets go up, but the money gets devalued.
Well, your assets aren't really going up. It's just the money's becoming devalued. And I don't have an economics degree, and I'm broke all the time. But this is what I've seen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or heard from.
Yeah.
So it's not really that it's way more expensive or your stuff became way more valuable. It's just the currency went to shit.
Oh, that's what it is. The eggs became like expensive as fuck and all that stuff. Yeah. True.
And then I think just drugs became more readily available.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't listen to any of that stuff. When everyone had to stay inside, I was like, never. There was like, you could get stuff done during that whole pandemic. Everyone was sleeping. I was like, dude, I'm out here. I'm going to do what I got to do.
That's exactly, yeah.
It's good. I'm telling you, that fucked a lot of people up, especially if you're doing stand-up and you just stop doing stand-up for a year.
Yeah.
Or you just like don't do. I mean, I actually was doing it pretty few and far between. I actually started doing it again, I think, during the pandemic. I think I was taking off and I was like, I gotta go back.
I took only 2 months off.
Did you?
And I got a rash of shit for coming back, and I'm killing their grandma and all this shit. And
I still don't. I mean, I know I can't let this go, but it's like, why didn't everyone who was worried about it stay inside? And they should have been like, if you're not worried, go outside. If you're worried, stay inside. Whoever's not worried about it can do the damn thing. Whoever's worried about it, chill.
that's not. I don't think that's what it was about. You know, showing your what is it called when you're not grandstanding,
Virtue signaling.
virtue signaling. Yeah. When you're virtue signaling, I mean, I got told check your privilege and
For going outside.
for going out, and they're like, what if you have a family member that's sick? I was like, my wife has asthma.
True.
She can die.
She's ground zero.
Yeah.
That's what I had to tell my wife, because we were a new family right at the start of it. So I had to be like, dude, like, she's like, but what if? I'm like, then we'll fucking die, dude. Like, we're doing this.
That was the vaccine. So,
like, that's it. That's what's up. And she was just like,
well, this is how I got out of the vaccine with my wife, because she
Swag.
was an essential worker.
boost.
She was an essential worker, so she had to get it, right?
Yeah,
For her work.
Yeah.
And then this is what I told her. I go, you know what? You're probably right. It's probably not going to have any bad effects. But on the 1% chance that it does, shouldn't somebody around for the kids? She's like, damn, I can't get around that logic.
So you did like you do in case you die. She did have to get it.
Yeah, she did have to get it.
Yeah.
And she got super sick from it. And I was like, oh, I remember her shaking next to me. I was like, well, how's that booster coming? She was like, shut the fuck up.
She just faked the card. A lot of people just fake that card. There was no centralized database.
No, but she wanted.
Yeah, true. You're saying she's in the medical
She's
field.
a very much a rule follower.
Yeah.
And I'm very much, the more you pressure me to do something, the more I'm like, why? Why the fuck are you doing this?
Yeah.
And I mean, I did get it really, really bad and got double pneumonia and almost died. But yeah, I didn't get the.
You were right. You were right, dude. I got nailed. I got it and it fucked. I didn't get that bad, but it was like, I remember it hit me and I was like, this sucks. It was probably felt like the worst flu I've ever had for like a day and a half. And then it was like, the fever dropped and I just was full of like liquid and mucus. It was disgusting.
Oh, I couldn't breathe. I remember I looked up Wim Hoffman breathing exercise.
You did the Wim Hof.
I was going like for 24 hours.
Damn, dude.
Straight. And I remember like.
Did you go to the hospital?
She forced me to go to the hospital so I can go get the monoclonal antibody thing.
Sick.
Yeah, so I went and I got that, which helped out a lot. I had to go to this place called the Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio, and it's just a bunch of us. And it felt like an experiment because we're all just sitting next to each other with IVs in our arm, like we're all going to die of AIDS.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, but it made me feel a lot better.
Oh, that's when they IV the antibodies.
And then they cut that off for some reason.
Yeah, because it fucking worked probably. And they were like, no. Everyone has to get this fucking thing. I was the same way. I was just like, it came out and I was like, I don't know, man. I was talking about this years before. I was like, dude, because they like ramped up this anti-vax shit like 2 years before the pandemic. I'm not saying they started the pandemic, but it's like, it was funny to me.
The pandemic? No, I'm just playing.
No, the weird part is like, stuff comes up in the news, in my opinion, at least, for a reason. It's like before they invade a place, they're like, yo, you know what's fucked up right now? In Kabul, they're actually kicking the fuck out of kids. And you're like, this is weird. This is on your radar. There typically seems to be like a ground softening of like, you know what's really fucked up we should all be thinking about? And it's like, this place. And then the next thing you know, you're like, we got to fuck them up. And everyone's like, yeah, we should go fuck them up.
That's what scares me with Lindsey Graham. He's talking about going to war with Mexico and shit.
Why?
But
the cartel war.
He says the cartel war, but Mexico applied to the BRICS nations. It's Brazil, Russia, China, India, South Africa.
Why don't we just join BRICS too?
Because that's our enemy. We got to go against. They want to control the currency. That's our job.
Yeah, but true. But we can just join BRICS and then dominate BRICS.
But they don't want us to join.
That's fucking bullshit. Let us in.
No. They don't,
let us in. I want into BRICS, dude. Let us in.
Yeah, no, they don't want us to join, and it's crazy because France was like, we might join. And Germany and Japan.
Those motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah.
I got to start following the news. I found out Israel got crushed the other day.
Oh, dude, that's what I wake up in the morning. I just go to Twitter and I'm like, oh fuck, we're all gonna die. And I told my mom, I was like, you go to the bank right now and pull out $2,000 right now. She's like, why? I was like, you World War III, just pull up, just go ahead.
No, I think we're gonna get. Well, here's the thing: either we're gonna get to the brink of it and come back, which would be nice, or we're gonna have to taste nuclear war, which would suck tremendously. But then, if you really think about it, it would probably it'd be terrible. So many people would die, but if you survive the nuclear holocaust, shit would be chill as fuck after that.
Well, yeah, because it'd be a lot less people.
A lot less people. People would be like, oh, okay, this is why we shouldn't use those things.
But there'd still be porn. There would still be porn.
Yeah,
that's the one thing that would last.
Think porn. Yeah, true. Yeah, people. I guess they're. Yeah, well, I don't know. It depends on where they hit.
I mean, there's porn everywhere.
True. Yeah, it would. Pop
and there's just the catalogs of it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be on somebody's computer.
The server. Yeah,
they're gonna put it back out.
Someone would tap into a server, dig it up, and be like, "Oh my god, dude! So many categories. There's so many." But yeah, dude, everyone's talking like we're on the brink of this global war, which we may be on. But it's kind of fucking dumb too. It's like, dudes, you guys really think this is like someone's gonna win? We're gonna have a global. Otherwise, they'd have to strike. The only way, like, say, like the BRICS nations could win, they'd have to like strike really quick with a nuclear weapon on America, and like fucking nail us. But then it's like it's every man is gonna be like, dude, we're fucking good.
I don't even think we need they need a nuclear weapon like a EMP. Where they just take out the whole electrical grid. I mean, and then from within, you destroy yourself.
Yeah, we're doing a pretty shitty job at being united against those things. That's what pisses me off. We needed a united front.
Well, see, okay, I'm gonna go full on conspiracy theorist now, right?
I'll have it.
So a lot of people hate Greg Abbott, and they're like, why the fuck would he do this thing where anybody can have a gun? You don't need to have background checks, no more, open carry, whatever. I think, and again, I'm just here in a basement. I don't know this shit. He's like, I see what's coming, and I want all my citizens armed. Because he also repatriated $40 billion worth of gold, and he brought all these Bitcoin miners.
Who's Greg Abbott? Who is Greg Abbott?
He's the governor in Texas.
Oh, really?
The guy in the wheelchair. You're gonna know. You're gonna find out. Everybody hates him. Like all
so
the
he
comics.
rules. He sounds like he fucking rules. He's a dude in a wheelchair.
You can't say that though.
He released gold, and he's telling everyone like, get your guns up.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a fucking beast.
Yeah, but you can't say
People get mad about Greg Abbott.
Very mad.
What else is he? I mean, yeah, he probably.
Oh, he's very he's anti-abortion.
Yeah, I was just about to say he probably hates abortion.
He hates abortion. Yeah. But there's something about a guy in a wheelchair that it's like, he's not thinking with his dick.
True. True. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
He's got a clear line.
Yeah, exactly.
He's saying we need go, and they're also smart as fuck. Stephen Hawking was smart as fuck. So maybe he knows that he's like the Stephen Hawking of fucking politics.
Well, I mean, he still does like his.
So I shouldn't compare. I don't know how. I know Stephen Hawking was. Like,
no, he's full on like when the wheelchair, like I can do this.
Stephen Hawking couldn't even. Stephen Hawking couldn't even hit that.
And he was thinking with his dick still. Apparently,
he was getting jerked off. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's crazy that like nothing works, but his dick still worked.
Maybe his dick didn't work. Maybe it was just the visualization.
Yeah, we're getting milked. He might have been getting milked.
Yeah, I was going to say some ass play.
Full fucking milk, dude. That's so tough.
And if you think about it, he's just so limber that he can turn all the way around and look at it while he's getting done.
Oh, yeah, he could smile.
Yeah.
He can smile. He could roll his eyes while he's getting milked.
That's how you know it was ready.
So he's saying everyone get some fucking guns going. I mean, I don't know. It's like a lot of that stuff is you can start appealing to people just by saying shit, and people are like, fuck yeah, and they vote you in, and then you can be like, all right, you get to do the roads, you get to do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I watched a video recently on, they say a lot of the problems with the conflict are around short-term or narrow goals, where it's like people are just like trying to get things done that like clearly infringe on other things, and it just doesn't really, there's the big change in thinking of our time is going to be more of like cooperative thinking or like wide range goals where like, all right, we're going to do this and also try to kind of have some idea of the ripple effect it's causing. And like they're saying we're like reaching the apex of just like narrow goal setting and everyone clashing over like, we're going to be this, our oil price is going to drop, we need it to be lower, this is it, and then people just start blowing each other up, and it's like they're going to have to sit down and be like, all right, we got to stop blowing each other up. This is so fucking stupid.
I think
this is crazy.
I think it's the death blows of a dying oligarch. Like these old fucks.
Yeah.
They wanted to see their plans come to fruition within their time, and they don't trust their kids to follow through with the plan.
True.
So they're like, all right, we're just going to get sloppy with it and hurry the fuck up, and we're going to get what we want done before I fucking die.
I don't even know what the fuck they want done. Like, what do you guys want? Just tell me. Just be like, here's what we want. We want this. And be like, all right, you guys can go ahead. Although they're trying to like buy the water in the farmland, I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm. Nestle purchased apparently, I don't know exactly. Nestle purchased a body of water.
Damn, that fucking homeless guy was right, dude.
Yeah, the water wars.
Fuck.
Nestle acquired water rights in San Bernardino Mountain when bought. Okay, so that was back in 1992. Does Nestle own water rights? Oh, here we go. But a 2017 investigation found Nestle was taking far more than its share. So 58 million gallons.
Damn, for the spring water.
So you can get those Crunch bars.
Don't they? No, they sell water, don't they? Nestle sells Pure Life or whatever.
I think might. I'm not sure.
That'd be tight. I'm gonna start a water company that takes natural spring water and turns it into filtered tap. Just run it through and add chlorine. That'd be pretty cool.
I got one of those alkaline systems at my house, and I don't know what it does for me at all. It just makes the water bubbly.
Yeah, they say it's supposed to decrease the acidity in your body because if you go out of alkaline, your body becomes an acidic environment.
Cancer.
Yeah.
So, but if you drink like 3 of these a fucking day,
you kind of need the alkaline water. Yeah, that'll turn you.
Yeah.
That'll turn you pretty acidic.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, dude, I'm stoked. I hope it comes to like people have to start. I hope it comes to like a really scary brink, and I hope we don't get pushed over. I mean, it's getting pretty bad right now, but it'd be nice for people to be like, all right, it's going to take a whole planet full of people of like slowly altering the way they think just a little bit.
I think that they tried a bunch of different. What it all comes down to me is the money's broken, and they're fighting for who gets to be in charge of the money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we were spending like $1 trillion just this month alone because they know it's like, oh, let's just keep fucking spending. It's going to be worthless.
True. Yeah,
and it fucks over all the little people.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why you'd buy like farmland and lakes and shit because you're like, all right, we're going to need this stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, then you control the food because Bill Gates bought, I forgot how many acres of farmland. Okay.
Yeah, I love to know what he's up to. Well, I don't know.
He's bought 270,000 acres so far.
He's the largest owner in the United States?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he explains it. This is why he clicked the Yahoo Finance. I want to see why he does this. Oh, is this just a video? Son of a bitch. Oh, here we go. Okay. Why are you buying up so much? I own less than 1/4,000th of the farmland in the United States. I'm pretty dumb with math, but I still think that's a pretty big chunk.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, 1/4,000th.
Yeah, but the farmland, what kind of farmland do you own? Like, is it like the most productive farmland? You know what I mean?
Well, he says right there, it's not even him. He has a professional investment team that, whatchamacallit, that's pretty sick. Bezos-backed startup, lest you become a landlord with $100. Tight. Maybe, I mean, dude, what if these guys just fucking rule? What if these guys are just so sick? Like if Bezos started up, if that's not clickbait, which I think it probably is, but damn, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
Here's the thing: I don't watch the news at all. So maybe I'm the dude who's like, they say like before, the Nazis came, everyone was like, yeah, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
And then it was really, really bad, but could be bullshit. My whole life, there's been like, there's gonna be, and it's just like, again, it's only been 37 years, but they're like, the terrorists are gonna get us. Didn't happen. Nothing fucking happened. I mean, 9/11, obviously, that sucked.
Yeah.
Then there's 10 years after 9/11, they're like, the terrorists are gonna get us. Nothing fucking happened. And then they're like, white supremacists are gonna take over the nation. No, never happened. So now it's like, they're all joining together to take the money away. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, man.
And see, the problem is I have so many like slogans or quotes in my head that as soon as like I say it, people are like, ugh, fucking. And it's just me regurgitating what I heard.
No one has any fucking idea. I have no clue at all. But it's like I know for a fact there's like the catastrophic things that were supposed to happen the last 10 years. None of them really happened, And then again, I guess you can say there was this subprime mortgage crisis that kind of sucked.
Mm-hmm. National Defense Authorization Act, the Patriot Act.
Yeah, that was after 9/11. Yeah, maybe I'm totally fucking wrong. I don't know. But here's the thing, though. This is the point I'm always trying to make, and I can never make it right. But it's like I do think, and it sounds so shitty, but I think people need some sort of jolt or shock to reconnect to like their actual life. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people just like, especially if you're out in like the suburbs or like
if you're doing like well, you see a lot of the people out there are just kind of just like, they look like pissed.
Yeah.
Where it's like, dude, what the fuck's the point of this? If you're supposed to like boss up so you can be chilling and living a good life, a lot of people, in my opinion, I see who are like doing very well. Like I stayed at an Airbnb when we first came here to scout for houses in Westlake. And like you'd think people are more stoked. It's like isn't that like one of the nicest areas in Texas?
Yeah.
In
Great
Austin?
football players.
Really?
Yeah.
They have a good football team?
Yeah. They had 3 quarterbacks came out of Westlake.
Yeah, but when you go to those places you would think if everyone was papered, people would be stoked as fuck. And then
It's guilt.
you think so?
Oh, yeah. It's guilt.
Or they're just keeping it cool and they get to their house and they're like, this is the best.
Oh, yeah. Deep down.
It's not.
Yeah.
No, I just swear to God, I don't think it is that at all. So I just wonder, I don't know, man. I wonder if a little fucking like COVID did it a little bit. COVID made people think about death and dying. Like everyone had to be like, I could die. They like hit people with like, you might die. We don't know. So everyone got weird because everyone had to like really face their mortality. Then it just wore off.
Yeah, you're going to go right back to it. And it's even kicked in an overdrive now.
With what?
With people going back to the way it was before, their thinking before, partisan politics, where it's just like it becomes more divided. It doesn't, you don't get together more, you know?
Well, dude, that's the weird thing about COVID is there's people who are like, which I guess is kind of like true statistically. They're like 6 million people died, or actually, that might be my bad. That's you know what I'm saying. That's a different one. But I'm spitballing numbers. The dude, there's like 80 million people died, and then there's like people like from my perspective where it's like, dude, that shit was not it sucked. All those people died, but like, I don't know, man. It was pretty fucking chill the whole time.
And you know what sucked? It's like, okay, I didn't get the vaccine, but I know it's real because I got it super bad.
Dude, that's exactly. Yeah, it wasn't. That's what I told people too. I was like, it was real. I got a thing.
Yeah.
That felt like they're like that was a flu. That was not the flu.
No.
I got that. There was a taste of this fluid that I would like cough up. It wasn't even like phlegm. It was like liquidy. It tasted almost like metallic. It was weird.
The way I describe it is if somebody gave me a straw and told me to breathe with it, and I'm underwater going, trying to breathe underwater, and then every once in a while the straw gets like flat and skinny, and I can't really breathe.
Yeah.
Because I'm like trying to take in full breaths.
I don't think it was natural though.
Couldn't.
When I got the thing, I'm like, this feels like an artificial thing. And again, it could just be me being like, I know this is a bioweapon. But I swear to God, I was like, dude, this feels different than anything I've ever had.
I mean, that could have been the kickoff to World War III. You know what I mean?
True,
like,
the bioweapon.
Yeah. I mean, why not start it that way?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Let's see how many we can take out before we use any of our own people.
I don't know, man. That's I'll be curious. I'll be curious if this brick shit's real. If we're gonna try to fuck, I mean, it's like the communism threat all over again. It's like now instead of communism, it's just like a different, I guess, capitalistic. How does that even work? If it's bricks,
see, that's the part.
Mexico's not communist, so how is it like?
Well,
China's how's a communist country going to?
It's fascism.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the corporations are the ones that are controlling it. But
we're fascists. Let us in. What the fuck? This is bullshit.
But we're on the we want to win with our fascism.
True.
You know what I mean? And I've thought about that where it's just like people talk about New World Order and shit.
I don't understand why we all can't just be fascists together, dude. We can all just be fascists. We can be a giant fascist world confederation.
I'd rather have
like,
our fascism.
We rule.
Yeah.
Like Earth rules, dude. Earth could be like a fascist planet.
Well, I think
we can all buzz our cuts, do military drills, and just be like, yeah, dude, we're getting ready for the aliens.
I think
they go on forever.
They tried it. They tried it with because you saw the aliens in Mexico, right?
True. Dude. Everyone laughed at them, dude. What the fuck? Why did everyone have to dismiss them? They were like Halloween adventure.
The paper mache and shit. It looked horrible.
Is that what the aliens are about? Is that like a unity project?
It goes to Reagan had a whole speech about the one way we'd all be united is if there's an external threat, right?
ID4.
And so ID4?
Independence Day, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then so it's called the conspiracy is called Project Bluebeam.
Mm-hmm.
Where have you heard of that one before?
Mm-mm.
So basically it's Spider-Man Homecoming with Mysterio, and you have these drones that project monsters or aliens or whatever. You know what I mean? So imagine Independence Day and they're just projecting a big old spaceship coming through the sky, and you hear like a loud noise. Everybody would freak out, and they would say, "Go to your home, go inside, go inside." You know what I mean?
Oh, they wouldn't do it to like make everyone get along. They'd use it to like fuck scare everybody and be like, we're under alien threat right now.
More control.
No, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
That'd actually be kind of sick if they're like, dude, for real, we're getting attacked by aliens.
Yeah, and with drones and stuff, you wouldn't be able to tell if they're shooting at you or if it's a drone shooting at you.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about that. I'm reading a book right now. I'm reading it again. It's called Denial of Death, where it's by this guy, Ernest Becker. And his whole idea is that like every single human being is obviously haunted by the idea of their death. And the only thing that can kind of like take some of the sting of that off is like their idea of being heroic, which is like the drive to just stand out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like in every culture needs to provide a hero system that people can do like safely, because otherwise it's just like dudes literally slaying each other with swords. Because you used to just live in a village and be like, this kind of sucks. This would be tight if we had this village and that village. And that was the only like way you could be quote unquote a hero. And now like if you have like a society where you can be like a doctor, a lawyer, it gives you that ability to like stand out, which is, the guy argues, like a natural built-in like almost organismic need. But that seems to be like the thing that like starts all of these wars and stuff.
Yes.
If that makes sense. And it's like you can't get away from it. Because your body's made up of literally like it's cells fighting and killing each other to maintain a dominant position.
And
so
every ancestor that you've had did that so that you're here.
Exactly. So then you get here and it's like it's a tough thing to figure out because it's literally built into your biological makeup.
Ooh, I wonder if it's changing because I've seen, well, at least on the feed that I'm getting, the algorithms feeding me is the demonization of the hero's journey. And
is that right? It's got to be right wing. Is it right wing now, or is it just like how are they demonizing it?
Saying that the conqueror mentality, how like we were saying, how that's bad, and that's why society can't progress and become peaceful because everybody's trying to be the dude, and not everybody can be the dude. So be submissive and shut your mouth and do what we tell you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So then that's kind of like Eastern philosophy. The whole idea of Eastern philosophy is like in the West, the idea is to actualize your ego. Is to like form an ego, which you should do. It's kind of healthy for you to do. And then you're supposed to like satisfy. You form an identity and you somehow satisfy, like you quench the thirst of like whatever it is, recognition, if it is a quenchable thirst.
Yeah.
In the West, it's like you have to be successful. That's the whole idea of success. It's literally like a religion. It's the opposite of Eastern philosophy, where in the East, the idea, at least was, I don't think it's like this that much anymore, but the idea was like you have this desire to dominate, to blah, blah, blah. And you're supposed to like through Buddhism, the release is somehow like extinguishing that thing that, you know, we're talking about. But then it's like you have a bunch of people doing that, and then it takes one dude to be like, yeah, you guys keep doing that. I'm gonna be the boss. I'm gonna be the boss of all you fucking idiots.
Have you heard of this manifest destiny? I got it. So
it's tricky, dude. That's that's like a whole other arms race where it's like, yeah, we're gonna totally like delete our personalities, turn ourselves completely docile, and it takes one dude to be like, yeah, you guys go on ahead. I'll be right back.
Well, I like Eastern philosophy to the point where it's just like how does it go? It's not what I have, but to do with less. That's I forgot how exactly they said. I'm trying to think of the exact quote.
Well, but it's pretty cool because it's like the whole idea is, again, like in the West, it's like, you know, you have to construct this character that has to like go through this landscape of like, you know, I'm having this job, I'm doing this and that. It's literally the opposite. Well, actually, no, it's not true, because then like it's supposed to be in phases over there where it's like traditionally the way those things were set up with like Hinduism and stuff, you live on a compound with your family, and then so I guess the grandparents would be there helping with the kids. So at like 50, 60 years old, you kind of bow out of professional life, and you're like, I'm just here to advise people. It's like you're just doing like religious, spiritual stuff. And then from like, I guess if you work back down from that, from like, let's say 60, or let's say like 49 to 30, you're supposed to just be going ham in business, to be like, I need to like, you know, because I'm supplying this compound with food and stuff. And that's like your whole purpose. And then eventually I'm going to let that go, and the person behind me is going to come. And then you go down and down, and then it's like there's a school age where you're just supposed to learn and do literally nothing else. And then like, you know, just like babies and shit.
That's why Catholic Mexicans are going to take over.
Oh yeah,
Texas,
dude.
because like my family still has that. Like
Dude.
I convinced my mother to retire, and I'm having my third child and my whole
Congrats,
family's in.
that's fucking
Thank you,
sick.
appreciate it.
It's the best setup. It's the best setup possible because then you can have kids early on, and you'll have biologically healthier kids, and you have So but it's if you're 20 and you have kids. I have kids now, and it's like, thank God I'm as old as I was. I would have fucking ruined these kids if I had kids when I was. But if you have like a parent there who can be like, all right, dude, chill, go do your thing. I'll kind of handle, at least.
Well, we didn't at first. It's just the third child. I'm like,
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So when did you start having kids?
First son was 26.
Okay, but yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah. And then, but we split where like I worked, she stayed home and went to school. Then when she graduated, I stayed home with the kid and started business.
How sweet is that?
Oh, that was fucking great,
dude.
That was fucking great.
We're jumping topics. We're going to pause Eastern philosophy, but dude, I swear to God, I always tell my wife, I'm like, bro, if you were to be like, I got this, chill, I'd be a pig in the fucking mud. It's like I'd put them down for the nap. Now now I can do this, now I can do that. But
it depends on the kid.
Yeah, that's true. They do get. How old are your kids?
My son's 11 and my daughter is 7. But
okay, so they're older. You can do shit. Like I have 1 and 3, so it's just like they're just animals, dude. So you're just like constantly corralling them and stuff.
But when I stayed home with them, I was 30 years old. So it was 8 years ago. So my son was 3 years old, and my daughter was like 5 months old.
Okay, wow.
And so yeah, it was.
What do you think was harder, working or just being home? It is mentally exhausting with little kids all day.
Working, because I hated it. I sold cars. So I was just like, I remember going in a little Prius C, and I'm like, I want to go drive the lot, and I just be like, oh, I don't want to be here.
I know, that sucks.
And then when I was there with the kids, it was just like, all right, they're not awake yet. I'm gonna go smoke a joint. I'm gonna have my coffee. They wake up at 8. I'm put on some cartoons, and then I started a podcast with them, and it was just me asking them like, is the world round or flat? And you know what I mean? That type of shit.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome though.
And so, I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. But if I can compare it to any type of torture, it's water torture. It's just like that constant slow drip. Whereas, where you walk into a room. I remember one in my bedroom. My son he didn't get potty trained really till he was like 6 years old.
Yeah,
he's autistic, and he just turd.
I didn't even blink. You're like 6. I'm like, yeah, it was a fucking pain in the ass.
And a turd fell out of his pants, and he stepped in it, and he said that it just felt so warm and nice. He started skating around the room with it. And I was gone for like a minute. No, dude. And I was like, why did you have to skate all over the room with it?
Yeah.
And we had these horrible fake tiles. So I'm like scraping shit in between. And then my wife gets home from work and, how was your day? I'm scraping shit from tiles.
Oh, you're putting it from the grout and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is, there is things that happen when you have kids where like you have to go through like the 5 stages of grief just like 50 times where you see it, like you see shit on the floor and you're like, I really wish there wasn't shit on. And like that's, you're like, yeah, there's shit on the floor. Because I almost will like deny it. I'm like, no, that's not shit. And I see it, I'm like, that's shit. And then I'm like, that's fucking shit. And then I'm like, it's fucking shit. Why is it so fucking hard? And you literally have to go through that. It's exhausting. You go through like, you see them and like they'll hurt themselves. And you're like, they're fine. You're like, oh, they fucked their head up. And you're like, oh, fuck, they fuck. And it's just over and over and over. It's a little thing that you really, really don't want 1,000 times a day. Yeah. Which I think is kind of good for you in the long run. Because eventually you're just like, fuck it, dude.
It makes you can handle adversity, I guess, better. Because there's a lot of, I know my son has some core memories of me walking in a room and then walking out of the room, closing the door, and just being like, fuck, and then coming back in the room like, okay, it's going to be fine.
At least you did that, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to cuss him out or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then I was the spanking dad at first. And then I remember he was 5 and I spanked him and he turned around. He's like, you don't hit. And he's like crying. I was like, I'm standing there with like his belt. And I'm like, all right, you don't hit. Fuck. Yeah, you just spilled cereal. What am I doing?
Yeah, dude, well, you don't know because that's how I was raised. It was like, if you were bad, it was like, mine was more metered out for like, if you were being like real bad when you're little, you would get smacked or whatever. But if you got in trouble at school, it'd be like, it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
You know it's coming. You're all day. You're like, this is fucking bullshit. Why did I it never worked. I would come home the next day, I get to school, and I'm like, I'm definitely gonna throw this shit at this kid. I can't not do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it's funny when you're raised like that to be, because you get the rage, and then you have to be like, all right, and you have no example of talking about your feelings whatsoever. So you have to they're a good audience for that. I'll tell my daughter all the time, I'm like, I'm pissed right now. I'm mad.
Yeah.
She's like, why are you mad? I'm like, well, you're pissing me off. You're doing this shit.
Yeah.
I'm fucking mad. And I'm like, just give me a second. And they're like, yeah, man, like whatever. They're very understanding. Like, yeah, man, do whatever you got to do.
Well, the one thing I always wanted was I didn't want my kids to fear me.
Yeah.
Because I remember fearing my father.
Yeah.
And I remember telling him, he's like, they need to fear somebody. And I'm like, no, what? What the fuck are you talking about? They need to feel safe. They fear the world.
Yeah, exactly.
This is safety here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's just like, oh, I don't know what this new age bullshit is. And I'm like, no, it's parenting. You didn't have time because you worked your ass off.
Yeah.
And then you came home and I was just like, I did this. And your first thing is like, well, now I'm going to spank you so you can cry and go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it almost makes me jealous though, because I'm like, God, fuck, that must have been so easy. Just come in and just be like, you little motherfucker, and just be like, all right, that guy's done. What else do I got to do?
Oh yeah, you were the enforcer. Once your dad gets home, you were the enforcer.
Yeah, just cry, because if you could just devastate them, and they will just cry till they pass out.
Yeah.
So I'm always kind of like, those motherfuckers, man. They're so lucky.
Yeah, my son, or not my son. My son does know that feeling, but my daughter will never know the feeling of crying so hard that you got a pounding headache, and then you're like, I can only go to sleep now. Like, she'll never know that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
it's a nice thing to do.
My son will know that, but that's because this kid, he swung on his principal.
Did he really?
Yeah, he swung on his teachers. He swung on his karate instructor. Like, he would just.
What, on the sensei?
Yeah, and.
Did the karate instructor at least do like a cool, like.
Swept him.
Did he sweep him?
Because he took away his belt. Because I feel like such a bitch for this, but I told on my son to the karate instructor. Like, yeah, he swung on his principal. And he was like, what? You did what? And he's like, well, give me your belt. He's like, this is my belt. And so
he was right to defend the belt though.
Yeah. Oh, he took it off of him 30 minutes. The whole next class, he has him in like locked up with his legs. And my son's like, rah, like yelling the whole time. Right. And then, so he finally lets him go. Right. And I'm sitting there and the other parents, I can feel them staring at me like, you're going to let this guy do this to your kid? And I'm like, no, it's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
And then my son still brings it up. He's like, I can't believe you let him do that to me. But what freaked me out is when we left.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
The sensei gave me the belt and we're walking out. I was like, you see that? You see what happened? He's like, what are you talking about? I won. I was like, how did you win? And he goes, because he gave up. I didn't. And I was like, oh, shit.
He surrendered the belt.
Well, he kept fighting the whole time, and finally the instructor was like, "Just leave.
Just get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, just get out of here,
dude.
And,
what a fucking beast.
Yeah. Oh, well, his both his grandfathers are those like old school like alpha male dudes.
Yeah.
And so I think that just went into him completely.
So sick though that he was just like, yeah, he's a pussy. He tapped out.
Yeah, very much.
He
so.
couldn't hold me down for another 20 minutes. Like, I was like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they called the cops on him in second grade. Because there's a construction area at school, and he ran into the construction area, and they're like, "Come on, come back! You gotta!" And the teachers couldn't catch him, so they called the cops, and the cops are like, "You can be arrested," and he was just like, "I'm 7.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. Like,
he just wanted to see like the jackhammers and shit.
He's testing limits.
Yeah, true.
You know, that's all he was doing.
So he left school.
No, he was in school.
Oh, but he saw a construction area.
There's a construction area that they were working on in school. And he went and ran in there, and the teacher and the principal couldn't catch him.
What were the construction workers were probably whatever.
Well, no, there was no construction workers. There was just construction
just the area.
Yeah. And so they called the cops, and then my wife gets there, and I couldn't go at the time, so
it's got to be hell too for them. Like just through the marriage, it's so easy to fight over that shit.
Oh yeah.
Then it's like, well, what do we do? And especially if, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
it's the ultimate test.
Yeah. Well, actually, for us, we got a good we got a good understanding to where she's like she doesn't like it, but I'm the fun parent and she's the strict parent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it has to work this way. One of us has to be that, and you don't want me to be the strict parent because I don't have a dimmer switch. I have an on and off switch.
Yeah, true.
So then I'm just hard ass all the time, mimicking what I saw as a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can tone
it down.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's about time they're the fucking enforcers, dude. Men have been the enforcers. Now it's women's turn to be the enforcers. We get to be fun and cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Soft and nurturing.
She's like, but I want to be fun. I was like, you are fun. It's just
You're not as fun as me.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, that's been the dynamic in my house where I've been kind of fun, cool.
Yeah,
And I've been trying to like, we've done a better job now because if you start undermining each other in real time, it's dude, you can't do it. I learned that the hard way. I'm like, well, hold on a second, and then they just look at you and you're like, never mind, fucking yeah, do that.
Yeah,
you're in trouble because I've done it before where I've been like, well, hold on, chill. What the fuck is your problem? This is the shit you do to me, and it's just like it doesn't work. You can't do that.
No,
you gotta wait. And if I wait like a couple hours, I'm like, yo, by the way, like that's really no big deal. That's better than being like, you chill the fuck out. It's fine.
Yeah,
because you can't if it just gets confusing for them. If there's like a divided front, they're just kind of like, what the fuck's going on?
They'll pit you against the other person.
Yeah, she's been like, Daddy lets me do it. I'm like,
yeah, my daughter does that.
Dude, don't do this.
And then my wife's on this new age thing. We're just like, no, I love your daddy more than I love you because if I didn't have him, I couldn't create you. And I'm like, that's some new age shit you saw on TikToks. Do not say that to the kids.
Do you get TikToks of like parenting stuff sent to you all the time? I get Instagram shit of like, this is actually really annoying things my husband does. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Just because they say it too on Instagram, I still don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Don't send me that shit.
Yeah.
I did find a nice channel that's like a fundamentalist Christian lady who just like sweeps her front porch and she's like, I just want my husband to be happy. That's all I care about. And I'm always like, fucking here, take that.
Well, the one thing that I did that from those toxic male channels that I used to be like, because me and my wife are the exact same age.
Yeah.
So, and she's like my college sweetheart. So in a way, it's kind of like we almost grew up with each other. You know what I mean? And so anything bad that would happen, I would just like, oh, I'm going to just blah and tell you everything. And I just thought, oh, I can do that, and I can do hypotheticals. Like, what if I've got 2 hookers and you know what I mean?
Hold on. What were you bringing that in for?
What do you mean?
So if you're hypotheticaling, I'm just curious, like when the hypotheticals, why would you ask her, what if I got 2 hookers?
Because I'm in a podcast mode and I'm already doing that all day.
I see what you're saying.
And we've talked about everything.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, so if let's say, what's worse? If you found out that before we got together, I ran a train on somebody or that I was like, I had an affinity for hookers. And she's answering these questions and I could just see her fucking face just like, what the fuck is he asking me these questions?
They don't want to think about that.
They don't want to think
about that shit at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of a no-go zone. I thought you were saying like hypotheticals, be like, if I did this,
yeah,
I use hypotheticals like, if I did the thing that you did, this would piss you, and they're just like, shut up, dude, we don't want to fucking hear this.
Well, no, it was the hypotheticals of the stupid that you would ask your friend.
Sure, yeah,
you know what I mean. And then the other one was just telling them all my shit that I was like, oh, I feel, and they look at you like you're less of a man, even if they don't want to. They're just like, "Bugh." Like,
yeah. Oh, if you're like, well, I have feelings too, and they hurt. Yeah. They
like, I don't want to hear that.
It depends on their mood. Sometimes they're like, thank you so much for telling me this, because otherwise, if I go like, if I just get mad and I'm like, you're just a fucking pain in the ass, they don't like that either. But if you're like, obviously, but if you're like, well, now I would do the thing like if you do this, I do the same thing, but then you get mad if I do it, but they're just looking at you. Yeah, they look at you like, shut the fuck up. You have to storm and you have to be like, I'm going for a walk, and take a long walk, and then call back like, are you okay? Because I'm still taking a walk.
Well, the 2 things that I've done lately is when she's bitching at me, and I'm like, are you looking to vent? Or are you looking for solutions?
Yeah, true.
And then most of the times like vent, and then I just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because most of the time I'm like, well, this is what you should do. And she's like, I don't want to do, I'm just telling you.
Right, yeah.
And the second one was if I need a vent, it's like, well, this happened, but this is how I'm going to solve it.
Yeah.
I have to give her those solutions because then I can just see. And it's crazy is since I've been doing this the past year, I've seen years come off of my wife's face.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that terrifies them because they're vulnerable. So, and those like, they call them like the men's rights activist channels. Some of them obviously go a little far, but there's useful advice because there's like, if you leave the problem solving, it's easy to bow out and just be like, what do you want to do? Because you just don't want to have them spaz on you. So you're like, what should we do? But if they decide like, oh shit, this is all up to me, they get terrified because they're like they're naturally vulnerable creatures.
Yeah.
So if they even question for a second that you're not like able to help them, it's terrifying. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I fucked up. A guy's going to come in here and kick his ass. Like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So you do have to kind of convince, but then it's tough too, because then like, if you have to manufacture a certain type of bravado or so, they see right through that right away.
Well,
I tried. I'm like, this is what we're going to do, because I'm that kind of take charge guy. And she's like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, damn.
that was a police officer. I'll take you down.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, true. No, I could kick her ass, but I could beat her if I had. I mean, if it came to like, you know, if I was defending myself like a police officer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all ties together, man, where it's like, you know, the worldview's bleak for a lot of people. That like having kids is like fucking weird, because like there's not, in my opinion at least, there's not a lot of like, there's no like tradition you're handing down to your kids. You're just kind of like, yeah, I'm just like mentally slogging through a pretty much mentally toxic atmosphere in terms of like the news, the political discourse, and you know, all that shit. And it's like, there's nothing to uphold. It's like, well, we live in an evil country that's destabilized a bunch of regimes. God, like fundamentalist religions, we don't like. Most people are like, yeah, it's all fucking. That was all lies and bullshit. And then it's like, it's just like it's pretty bleak, dude. We've stripped ourselves down, pretty barren.
I think you have to have a good level of narcissism to want to have children, which I had. Because I mean, if this was like BC or whatever, I mean, I would want to have a bunch of concubines and 100 children. Something in me is like, I need to procreate.
Yeah.
And if I had money, my poor wife would be on her 7th child. You know what I mean? We're broke and we're having a 3rd child.
Yeah, throw them in the mix. Once you have 1 or 2, it's just, you know.
Yeah, by the time you get to the 2nd one, the 3rd one's just like, yeah, fine. And she in a way kind of blames me, because she was like, you were supposed to get a vasectomy and you never got it.
No,
and
dude.
I was just like, you try to vaccinate me, you try to neuter me.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. My wife's trying to get me to do that, but I was like, I can't disturb my life force. I was like, that shit has to circulate in my body, man.
Yes.
I can't stop that.
Yeah.
And I told her it keeps me honest. I'm like, dude, you can't have me out here shooting blanks, dude. She's like, fuck you, you asshole.
Oh shit, that was worse than what I told my wife, which was, well, what if something happens to you and then at 40 I want to get remarried and impregnate this 24-year-old? You know what I mean? Like, I gotta continue on.
What did she say to that?
Nothing.
Silent.
She just internalized it. I was like, all right, motherfucker.
You really said that?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. Although that was like the mode back then. It was like dudes would die from war. I think like 30% of women used to die in childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like that. It's a lot.
Oh yeah, if she would have died with my first son, because
mine would have died as well.
All my kids' heads were in the 98th percentile.
Really?
Yeah, and
Nice.
so she had to have C-section,
Yeah.
and this lady tried 24 hours straight with no epidural with my daughter, and then finally they got a C-section, and then after they tell her like, there's no physical way you're too small to give birth to a child that large.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was just it wasn't they were fat babies, just the head was just
True.
too big.
Yeah, my kids have big heads. I'm come from a big head family, so it's like everyone has big heads. But yeah, that's women get real bummed out about that. There's a part of them that wants to just like push a baby through the vagina, and I'm like, bro, just cut it out, dude.
Well, luckily it's still preserved, because that would have destroyed her.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. But yeah, that is something my wife got bummed out about that. She was kind of like, yeah, I just wanted to, on our second one, I wanted to do it naturally. And it was just like, I guess, man.
Well, the recovery time also, because
It's quicker, yeah.
they're cutting them in half.
Yeah, they cut your abdominal wall.
Yeah.
Which is crazy how hard they beast that.
Yeah.
I always would tease my wife. I'm like, dude, you beasted it. They sawed you, literally magic tricked you, sawed you in half.
Yeah.
She was just like walking around and shit. And I'm like, then she'll get like a headache 4 months later. She's like, I got to lay down. It's like, dude, I know you're tougher than this. I've seen you, dude.
Yeah.
What is this?
She did all the research. She even did have you heard of the thing where they take the placenta and they like beef jerky it and put it in pills and then you take it so you don't get postpartum?
Yep.
She even did all that other shit. So
yeah,
she was like one of those crunchy moms.
Really?
Yeah,
Did it work?
Yeah. Because my first son should be.
Oh, because I got what you're saying. Because it boosts those. I think when they push them out through the vagina or whatever, it boosts they get like some sort of endorphin profile that kicks in.
Yeah.
Whereas if they just kind of cut it out,
Yeah.
your body just hits you with like, yo, the baby's gone. You're like, no, it's not. It's right Body's like, no, it's gone, dude. You're fucked. You're fucked. Everything.
Yeah, it got cut out of you.
Yeah, true.
Fuck. Whoa.
Yeah, they have hard lives. They have hard, weird lives, and it's.
And I thought mine was hard because I'm selling cars, and I'm like, get it together. What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna come home and you're just crying. What fucking get it together?
Don't be weird. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. Yeah.
I'm sorry we can't go get sushi right now. You can't eat sushi. You're breastfeeding. I mean, I'm gonna go get sushi, but you can't eat sushi.
Yeah, man. It's I'm telling you, we're going through a bizarre, weird turn of events where it's just like nobody believes in anything. I mean, there's obviously like, money and status maybe will be more important than ever, but it was always probably pretty important. But yeah, that seems to be the only last thing people do pursue with like religious fervor is like, your ascent, your sociological ascent. But
I think, okay, going back to Eastern philosophy, what were you saying about that? Yeah.
That
long tangent.
Oh yeah, no, it's set up to literally like dissolve the desire to just push yourself as like an entity forward in the material world. We're supposed to like really eventually, and it's kind of a cool idea, be stoked on the idea of like the most basic feeling of awareness where it's just like that whole it's like this whole thing like I am. So you're supposed to be able to just like sit there and start to feel, because like you have a thought and it's like, so like this is a way to kind of describe it. It's like if you look at a chair, I'm the subject, the chair is an object. I can say, I am me, the chair's a chair, I'm not the chair. And then you go, all right, what about a thought where like, I like the chair? It's like, I'm not the thought of that. That's a thought I have. So then your thoughts become an object to see. Because like if you're just like, you have a structure that you kind of see the world through of like your culture, your family, your upbringing, whatever. And then you can start seeing the way you perceive the world as an object instead of the subject through which it's seen through. So the idea is to like just pay attention. And you can start to like almost deconstruct your own mind where you're like, I'm not that thought. I'm not that thought. This is the feeling of anger. You could say I'm angry, but then in like the Buddhist tradition, you're supposed to be like, there's anger there. And you're okay, that's what anger is. And you just watch yourself into it. The idea is to boil yourself down to just like a very basic awareness that stuff passes through.
So none of it's coming from you. It's just floating through you?
It's a field, yeah. It's just floating through the field. And your ultimate reality would be the feeling of just the most basic awareness, which they say is like boundless and infinite.
Every time I think of Eastern philosophy, I always think, and a blade of grass. Like that's what, you know what I mean? Like you have to concentrate and notice every single.
Well, that's like the first step. That's like the first step is learning how to just like literally willfully direct your mind. Because most people are just walking around going like, what's this? Check out your cell phone. What the fuck? This is bullshit. What's this? And you're just blazing. And they just like, dude, you slow your mind down. You start to like, because if you think about it, why is it so like displeasurable to like stare at a wall for 30 minutes? It's like, what is it about that bothers you?
Oh yeah, they didn't.
You're sitting in a chair, you're staring at a wall, and it's like, it's fucking torture. Yeah. And the whole idea is like, well, why? It's like, well, I don't want to. And you're supposed to just kind of like watch your mind kind of go through those things, which is cool. But, I mean, the countries typically don't do all that well.
Yeah.
That are Buddhist, because it's like, you got to run a whole fucking, you got to run a whole fucking country. It's kind of hard. If you're like, yeah, I'm just my basic awareness. I'm like I'm a non-physical entity, just where things are just passing through. It's like sick. That's a really cool way to sit in your house and chill. But it's like, what are we doing about the fucking rice? And you're like, I don't fucking know, man. I don't know.
Let me think about it. And I'll become the rice.
Yeah, like fuck rice. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to take something. There's going to have to be some sort of humongous shift in like the way people operate. Because right now it's just like, currently, especially in America, it's just you either are one side of the political aisle and you're like, they're fucking bullshit, they suck. And every news channel is just feeding people just like, you're right, they're terrible, they're pieces of shit, they're ruining everything. It's like two bad fucking separated parents just poisoning the children, just being like, he's the fucking reason. And it's bad for people mentally.
Your mom's a bitch, right?
That's all it is. It's like literally we're all caught in this terrible divorce. It's like he's actually a fucking asshole. And you're like, wait, what? Fuck.
Dad's cool though. I like him. He says racist stuff. I like him.
Yeah. Well, it's bad, dude. People laugh about it, but the older I get, it's like, yeah, this is like fucking bad to turn on the news. The news was racist, and that was like bad. But now it's like racist and mean. You know what I mean? It was like when I was growing up, it was like you watch the news and they'd be like, these fucking black guys are fucking breaking into shit. It was for 10 years, dude. They demonized black guys. And they're like, these fucking
Well,
black
this was
guys.
Philly. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. Another black guy did a bad thing today. And everyone sit home and be like, I felt it. I thought someone was going to do something bad.
Yeah.
And then they chilled on that, and it was like Middle Easterners for a while. They're like, these fucking Middle Easterners are doing it. And one black guy did a bad thing, but these Middle Easterners did a bad thing. And then it was like, we would pass through that. And then it was like, white guys. And then it was, so it's like we're just passing through phases of enemies. And now, it's just kind of like the democracy's under threat and the fucking Republicans or the Democrats are ruining it. It's like, dude, it's just bad to open up the news and have like things with hate-filled sentiments, or just like this imbeciles ruin it. Just then people are like, yeah, you fucking idiot. And it's like, if that's supposed to be the highest level of discourse coming down, I do think it kind of alters people's discourse a little bit.
Yeah.
So
can't even agree. It's a republic. It's a democracy. I know. It's actually fascism. It's communism. I can't even agree what it is.
Or it's like you can just live on land with your family and just chilled. I grew up like that. My dad and my uncle bought property next door to each other. My uncle had 10 kids. My dad had 6 kids. We all just fucking chilled. It was awesome. And it's like, imagine that with like the upgrade of like, yeah, not everyone's getting their ass kicked all the time and stuff. And it's like actually chill as fuck.
Yeah. Well, because you got two like lions kind of like running the pride, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of, I grew up, I feel like in a completely different country because we were the majority.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Growing up down there. So the news, and this is a perfect example. What do you remember being the 9/11 theme song?
Oh, when 9/11 happened, it was like, I knew there were country songs that were getting played, but I didn't get like, I never really heard them. I remember hearing that dudes were like coming up big. Yeah. They were like they wrote the 9/11 song.
Yeah. Like, because I got a friend who grew up in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, well, Toby Keith, I'll put a boot in your ass. That's what it was. For us, the song they played on repeat was Enrique Iglesias, I Can Be Your Hero, Baby.
Oh, he repurposed Hero for 9/11?
Correct.
That's
and so we just kept hearing that again. So all the way till I was like 33, I thought that was the 9/11 song.
Really?
Yeah. I was just like, of course, everybody played. And then everybody was like, no, dude, who the fuck heard that song during 9/11? I was like, we did on repeat.
That was repurposed. He didn't. That came out before 9/11.
Correct.
But then they just were like, fuck yeah, toss this on.
Yeah.
Damn. So I've never listened to Hero from that angle. I'm gonna start now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start listening because I enjoy that song.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's a powerful song.
It makes no sense for 9/11.
It is funny to think about, like a Mexican American soldier running through Fallujah just in his own head, being like, I can be a hero, baby.
With his mole.
Dude, I've talked about this before. I got a lot of flack that there's no great Latino power ballad singers anymore. Like there was Enrique Iglesias, there was Mark Anthony, Ricky Martin. He was more of like a party club guy, but like you don't hear the power ballad anymore. Like Hero by Enrique Iglesias, prime example.
Yeah.
And I think Mark Anthony had a couple too.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, and people were like, who the fuck were they trying to tell me is like a poppin' power ballad guy? It would say the fucking dude who he's like huge. He just raps. He's
Pitbull?
Not Pitbull. Fucking God damn, I've talked about this guy before. My memory's fucking going.
What song does he sing?
He's the dude. He sings. I'll find him right now. He's like the biggest reggaeton guy I think in the world right now. How am I not fucking remember this guy's name?
And it's not Pitbull?
He's not Pitbull. He's a Puerto Rican dude. He's younger.
Oh, Daddy Yankee?
Not Daddy Yankee. Fuck, dude.
And he's hot right now?
He might be the hottest, dude. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Everyone's trying to tell me, they're like, it's Bad Bunny. I'm like, he doesn't sing power ballads, dude.
No.
Play Hero. Like, Bad Bunny's cool and all, but it's like, oh shit, I didn't know the fuck it went this deep. Yeah. Is there anyone who's ripping? Did De La Ghetto rip he looks like he might rip a ballad every now and again. De La Ghetto?
There's one, I can't remember his name. He's Puerto Rican. Fuck, I can't remember his name.
Dude, I'm telling you, I got a bunch of shit for it. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, dude, I have not heard a power ballad. Like, it hits that crosses over to the American charts.
Well, that's specifically in that that's considered Latino because there's people who are, but they don't look like it. So and they don't also portray it. So we never know, and they're doing it all in English.
Yeah,
That's what I
true.
was trying. I can't remember his name either.
But yeah, Bad Bunny. I'm like, I've talked about him before. I actually Googled what his lyrics translate to. They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like I'm bringing whores over to my aunt's house.
Pretty much, yeah.
She's like, you're such a bad boy, and I have a hard boner for my aunt.
This is the new guy. His name's Peso Pluma.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good time for dudes like this, just like fucking bizarrely nerdy looking dudes.
Yes.
It does very well online.
So there is a new trend where they take yeah, that's the guy with a mullet.
It's just to be like a tattooed, sickly guy, and it's like, yeah, dude, you want $1 billion to just be annoying on the internet?
He kind of looks like what's his name from SNL, Pete Davidson.
He does.
Mexican Pete Davidson.
He does.
And like the singing is not very good in my opinion, but you don't have to when you're singing Tejano music.
No.
And so
I don't even know, but no, you don't have to. It's like you just have to be an absolute fucking spectacle, which is cool. There's just like never, like, yeah, this guy would have gotten his ass kicked. It like traditionally it was just like a sickly, nerdy looking dude. Now if there's like this aesthetic that's like just for the internet. Now if you nail it, it's like, dude, you're good.
well, because they're singing to 13-year-old girls.
True.
That's what they're going after, which is
true.
creepy as shit. Which they have always done.
Yeah,
much.
that is a weird market to hit. Everyone was giving Drake shit for his last album, saying it's like, dude, you're too old to be singing like to do this. And I listened to it, and I'm like, man, it's kind of it's hitting the territory of strange. But that's kind of the way of all rappers. It's like you have to eventually, if you want to rap when you're older, you have to like get into God and stuff, and like otherwise it just seems weird. It's like, dude, you're fucking 40, like you're getting pussy, no doubt, dude.
Well, you can
Chill.
rap about, like Jay-Z switched it up when he's like, no chrome on my wheels, I'm a grown-up for real. All that stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Styles P switched it up. He's like, I'm actually an entrepreneur now, guys, and you shouldn't sell drugs. It's actually very harmful to the community. Like, you have to hit the switch. Otherwise, just like, because I was listening to one of his songs, and he was just like, I'm in a club on Adderall dancing with a 21-year-old. And it's like, bro, I mean, legally that's within your right, but it's like, it's kind of fucking weird.
Well, yeah, like there's, you've heard Little Boosie?
Yeah.
Like he just did a concert in San Antonio, and right before the concert, somebody got shot in the stomach, and then they did the concert, and it's just like, we're 40 years old shooting each other. What the fuck?
It's Boosie Badass.
Yeah, but you got to go to work the next day.
Wait,
like,
Little Boosie and Boosie Badass the same guy?
No, Lil Boosie.
I'm thinking of Boosie Badass.
No, he's still singing his songs from early 2000. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, this is Boosie Badass. Okay, it's Boosie Badass.
Oh, it is Boosie. Okay. Yeah, that was him back in the day.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of also hit a nice thing where, again, he's so ridiculous that he lends himself to like internet shit.
Yeah.
Because now there's a whole part of like marketing where it's like if you can get enough people like making memes out of you and like clipping you up and making fun of you in a weird way, like you can crush it. There's that, do you know M.R? He's like a white guy who's doing like dance hall shit.
No.
You know, his name, it's literally M. dot like spelled out. Dude.
Oh, shit.
I'm fascinated with this guy. He's a meme. But then you watch him and it's like, this is actually kind of good in a weird way, but it's also looks fucking ridiculous.
Is he a little bit Jamaican? Like
I don't know. I don't know if he's fucking like British or what. Actually, I've been meaning to figure this out because everyone's been saying is he Jamaican? Let me see. A white working class man from the Isle of Sheppey. Okay, so I guess Sheppey, I guess it sounds like he's from Jamaica. Yeah, so he's from the Isle of Sheppey.
Where the fuck is Sheppey?
I don't know.
Wait, that's in England.
So he's from England, all right. But England, but the Isle of Sheppey, I knew he was from England, but this Isle of Sheppey speaks patois.
Okay.
So he's from like England, Jamaica.
Yeah.
But dude, here's the thing is everyone fucks. If you like, all these videos that people are making fun of him, everyone's in the comments being like, dude, he's nice. The Jamaicans are like, dude, we fully stand behind this guy.
I thought the lightest you can get was Sean Paul. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was
Shauna Paul.
Yeah.
No,
Shauna
there's
Paul
white
again.
dudes. There are just white dudes in Jamaica. You can be there's a lot of Asians in Jamaica. There's white dudes and they
There's
just
Asians in Jamaica.
yeah, dude. Dude, Asian Jamaicans are sick, dude. Yeah, they'll hit you, you know, get you with the wagwan.
Bet you their food is delicious.
Yeah, it'd be actually pretty good. But yeah, but yeah, man. So I don't know, dude. Again, it's like it's an interesting.
So the new trend is they're taking popular songs. Like there's one from Hoobastank.
Mhm.
What's that really popular one they had? But
I know what you're talking. I'd have to like hear, but yeah.
so they're taking them and they're just making them Spanish songs, Tejano songs.
Really?
And they're putting that bump behind it, and it's
It's gotta be nasty.
300 million views on these songs. I'm just like, damn, and that thing, the Tejano music, which
Was it Crawling in the Dark? That was one of their big
so.
hit. That was the big hit, and The Reason was a big
The
hit.
Reason, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's La Razón.
Damn, this was in A Dog's Purpose?
Oh, no, this is newer. Oh no, yeah. So what they're doing is they're just taking cool songs and making them, Tejano songs, which Tejano died with Selena, pretty much. No new.
So that's what I'm seeking. Tejano is kind of like the ballad. It's like the Latino ballad.
With some of the singers, like Selena could
Yeah,
sing a
could
ballad.
rip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could rip it. But there was no new stars after that. Like
True.
after the night, there's no new stars. And now they're all coming back, but all they're doing is ripping off
Yeah, true.
English songs and making them, putting that in the back. Bum, bum. And it's,
Another reason to go to war.
going to war with Mexico.
Defend
Because
Hoobastank.
but it's something within our DNA for some reason. I'm like, I know I shouldn't listen to this, but I have to. I love this shit.
Yeah, dude, that's your
Yeah.
fucking rules, dude. Hoobastank with a sick fucking bump, 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 bump in the back that would get me fired up.
Yeah. Can I play a little bit of it?
Yeah, please,
okay.
man, please. Let me hear this. I'll give you my honest opinion. Man, it looks fucking sick, dude.
I don't know. This is the exact band
To
that
be
says
free
that.
and flexible and creative.
Mexican Cowboys is a power. I didn't realize how into cowboy shit Mexican dudes were.
Yeah.
They're way into fucking cowboy gear, which is
Crying, like tears, like, fuck, bro. It's fucking razón, bro.
that's fair though, because I watched that Elvis movie and everyone's like he stole black music, and it's like, all right, well now fucking we're even, dude. Took Hoobastank, dude. We're fucking even, dude.
Oh, I watched Elvis and then I went down a rabbit hole and I learned too much about Elvis. Now I'm like, oh,
What's up with him?
The thing that creeped me out the most is there was one, it was just like 14 years old was a special age for Elvis, meaning he liked 14-year-olds.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like when he was 14, he had a good time.
No.
That was it was his shit.
Yeah. And then there's pictures of him with like 14-year-old girls. Like, let me see.
Yeah, and that was totally fine back then, right? Or was it not?
I mean,
what's
his name? Great Balls of Fire married his cousin and shit.
True,
And she was 13.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh God, he's having
Yeah.
that's just him and 14-year-old girls?
Yeah.
Damn, and
And
he
he's
was like, yo,
24.
get my picture. This is so sick right now.
Yeah. I mean, when he met his wife, she was like 13 or 14.
Yeah, and how old was he?
23. He was in the military.
Okay, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She was 13 or 14. Damn, dude, that one to the far, the second row right. They're clearly children.
Yeah. And he's super happy about it.
He seems pretty yeah, he seems like he's flexing right there.
Look at all these
Damn,
14-year-olds.
dude, if he had
have.
Instagram back then, it would have just been him with the kids and being like, yo, fucking check me out, dude. There's so many fucking kids right now. I'm going to kiss these kids, dude. Because in the movie, they show him getting off a stage and just like kissing girls.
Yeah.
And then they made him look like 30-year-olds in the movie. They were just like 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see some of the backlash on him now, though.
Yeah.
If he was just shaking his dick at your 14-year-old daughter through the TV, you'd be like, yeah, all right, fuck this guy, dude. Call the police.
What is he doing with his fucking hips?
Yeah, I didn't know he had the kids on lock like that.
Yeah.
In the movie, they were like, oh, our fucking 30-year-old daughters are freaking out. We got to stop this.
Yeah, and now people are like, "Oh, Drake, man, he's fucking grooming them," and it's just like, I mean, he is, but
Yeah.
you know,
Well, what's his grooms? What's his grooms he has on record? I know he talked to the lady from Stranger Things.
yeah,
Might have been a fan of the show.
I doubt it.
I love how you dodged that interdimensional demon. That was really fucking cool. When's your birthday?
Yeah.
Although, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying, like, when I saw like, he's grooming chicks and it was just like, who'd he groom? Like the lady from Stranger Things. I'm like, the boycott lady?
Well, I mean,
he might like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, he could have just been like, yo, I fucking loved what you did in that dimension.
No, they were talking dating advice. He was giving her dating advice. But he's doing it like, I'm like your big brother who wants to have sex with you when you turn 18.
But is that that's what it was?
I mean, I don't know. I'm getting it from Twitter and
people
on YouTube. They show a picture and they're like, as you can see here, Drake.
Yeah.
It's like,
I did think I was listening to his new album, Walking My Dogs, and I'm like, I'm glad this guy, everything panned out for him because he would have for sure been stalking. Like, he would have been the dude stalking girlfriends and stuff.
Yeah.
It just strikes me, it's like, whatever. There's a lot of those dudes out there. But it strikes me that energy when I'm listening to it now. It's just like nonstop with the fucking, like, his ex-girlfriend. It's like, dude, get over them, dude. Just forget about it.
He'd still be playing high school parts on TV if he didn't make it in rap.
Yeah, there's a lot of like ex-girlfriend, like, you fucking bitch, I told you. It's like, dude, fucking get over it. Why are you worried about your ex-girlfriend, dude? You're like a famous, I mean, I guess that's one thing to do. He does, distinctly remember being like, yeah, this guy would have been a problem. He'd been like showing up to like Applebee's and shit and being like, just let me in. Just let me in, dude. I've unfinished. He has a lot of unfinished business, I feel like.
Yeah.
So very passionate.
I mean, emotionally, he's probably still 15 years old. So
true. I didn't think about that. Yeah. That does make sense if your ascent happens around that time.
And he has a lot of daddy issues.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. His father. I remember hearing about his father.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he should seek out male role models, dude, and stop worrying about 21-year-olds. That was the one thing that threw me. I mean, again, it's his legal right if he wants to, but it did throw me off to be like, I'm on Adderall in the club with a 21-year-old. And it's like, dude, you're a fucking menace, dude. That's a nightmare. Just, But again, I don't know. Imagine, though, if like you were saying, if I was like 22 and shit just started going so well, I would probably never leave the club. Like at 36, you're like, dude, it's never been better.
Have you seen him? There's pictures of him at the strip club. He literally has a box of money. It's like a full-on box, and it's just ones, but it's like $1,000 each one. And he's like taking off. And what's crazy, everybody around him looks bored as shit.
Yeah.
Just on.
Yeah, because you have to just be there and chill and just watch them. I mean, again, it's like best case scenario, that's a photo op. Worst case scenario, he's feeding. It would be kind of cool, if you go to like a beach and get the seagulls all riled up. I can imagine that's like a loaf of bread, dude. They just start to storm around you.
Yeah,
I can imagine that being kind of fun. I guess
there it is.
The box of money.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
He bought a whole fucking Tupperware of money to the strip club.
Oh my God.
And then all the people around him just fucking sad.
Yeah. Sometimes I want to be in a club, but that shit looks boring as fuck.
Watch when it shows everybody. Just fucking bored.
Because they were probably all asking for raises for the last like 6 months. He's like, I'm sorry, guys, things are tight. He brings in a Tupperware of like, that's got to be $40,000
at least.
Yeah, in ones. Yeah, man. Again, that's the that's supposed to be the pinnacle, dude, of success. Of just like
but if you're 15, that's the pinnacle of success.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Once you're like, if my dad saw that, he'd be like, what the fuck? He's been spot on. My whole life I was always like, dude, my dad's got a bug in his ass about, he's so tight ass about stuff. Then you get older and you're like, yeah, he's right, man. I went to the strip club when I was 18 being like, my dad's wrong, dude. This place rules.
Yeah.
This is the best place. And you get older and you're like, it's sad in here.
Yeah.
These ladies' lives are fucking wrecked.
Well, not even I don't even feel bad for the dudes in there. I'm like,
True.
This is fucking gross.
Yeah, I might start handing out like men's rights YouTube pamphlets and then like, bro, dude, don't give up the frame, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking hold it down.
You heard of the Tate Brothers? You need to listen to the Tate Brothers. I used to go to the strip club all the time, not to see the strippers.
For sure.
No, I had a friend. His name was Clay, right? And he was the bouncer. This big old 6'9", ex Golden Gloves.
Jealous you knew the bouncer because I don't know any of the bouncers.
He was a comic too.
That's sick.
So he'd be like, "Let's go eat orange chicken." And so they didn't even make orange chicken at the strip club.
Nice.
But we go to the strip club, and the guy would make it for us, right? And we'd eat there, and we just talk and stuff. And of course, there's titties around, but I'm not. In San Antonio, it's different because they have to wear pasties.
Dude, yeah.
And
might as well not even do it at all.
It looks like fucking old dog eyes. It's gross as shit.
I hate that. I hate that.
And then, so anyway, so we'd go and we'd do that. And then after he passed away, right? And so what really freaked me out is the people that were going there. I don't want to say the worst of the worst.
What time were you there?
And late at night, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Not during the day or anything.
I used to deliver beer during the day, and you'd see like 4 dudes in there just like hugging just holding on to them. You'd be like,
oh, those are the sad dudes. Yeah,
God damn, brother. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So not the worst. You're saying worst of worst. These were just like bad
the drug
dudes.
dealers and murderers.
Yeah.
I remember his cousin showed up, and he's like, "We got to go." And I'm like, "What? It's your family. Let's hang out."
He's
right?
Like, yeah.
He's like, "Dude, he just got off his case because the person who's going to testify him died.
Yeah.
He's going to testify, and the guy's dead. So we got to go." And I don't know. And I'm talking to all these dudes, and I'm like, "Look at this weirdo with gloves on and this fake braided hair.
Just kill you."
The guy's a killer because he's wearing gloves because he don't want fingerprints, and he has 7 types of hair, so you don't know who.
Dude.
Yeah, I was just like, "Oh shit, I didn't know I was around villains."
Yeah, I tried it on for size. I remember at one point I was like selling weed for a while, and I was like, I got extra money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chill at the strip club, and it was just like, some lady just took like $100 off me and like got my number and took it. Like came to my house, like I have $100 more. I was like, yeah, here you go. And then I was like, what am I? This sucks.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I doing? I learned really quick. I was like, yeah, I'll just chill here. It's normal. I should be here. I was looking. I did a similar inventory of the dudes around me, and I was like, I'm not cut out for this.
No, at all.
I'm gonna go on home. Yeah, the dudes that can chill in a strip club solo on like a Tuesday night, it's like they're tough.
Yeah,
they're tough dudes.
Yeah,
and it's kind of nuts. It is a nuts place to be like, I'm gonna post up for a second. I tried it on. I was like, this might be my thing. I might be a solo strip club guy.
My friend, I remember,
wasn't ready for it.
In the Valley, we go to this strip club, and it was the last time he was like, I'm never going to strip club. Because he went to the strip club, and he's like, oh shit, I used to teach her. Like he's a teacher. And
yeah.
That girl used to be in his class, and now she's 19 years old with a bad body stripping. And
just about to say, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, you get a lap dance from her? He's like, this is creepy, dude. I gotta go.
Oh, when did he teach her?
She must have been 8th grade. So this is like,
oh, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, this is like 6 years later.
Yeah, he had to get out.
So he was just like, I know her parents and shit, and
yeah,
you know what I mean. So it was weird. It was very weird for him. I could see it on his face. Like, this ruined it for me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Which I like that because that means my friend's a good guy.
True, yeah.
Versus if he's like, oh, I remember when I used to teach her, I knew she was gonna be bad.
True. That's nice he did that. Although he could have went home and masturbated furiously.
He probably
might have been like, bro, I got it. This is just too. I'm not with this. He's like, I'm gonna go fucking rip one, dude. I gotta go rip one right now.
Oh my god, I remember that, like the coaches and stuff, and fuck, I don't know if I should say, fuck it. Where they would be like, we'd be talking about girls in school, but he's a grown ass man, and he's like, oh yeah, so and so's badass, and we're over here like, yeah, I fingered her, and it's just like. And then later on, you find out after they graduated, they were just running through all of them.
Yeah, there was a lot of gym teachers who I think that's negotiated when you hire a gym teacher. Yeah, you can fuck all these chicks too.
Part of the pension.
We're not going to pay you really much, but you can totally fuck all the chicks. Yeah. Gym teachers are #1 offenders.
Yes,
they're the dudes who get busted big time. Like the football coach, gym teacher, who's like football coach / gym teacher. That dude is. I went to an all boys school, luckily, so there wasn't really. There's literally no hot chicks there at all.
The gym teachers go after the girls.
Exactly.
The English teachers.
Yeah,
those are the ones going after the dudes.
Well, they're hopeless romantics, dude. You can't blame them. They're reading all these romantic stories all day. And they see a young boy and they're like, I love him so much, dude.
And you always think, like, how does somebody fall for that? And now looking back, like me and that same friend, the one that saw the strippers, like, oh, I got to get out of here. We look back at a guy that got kicked out of school because of some shit that happened. And we both look back like, and then he tells me a story that I had never heard, and I tell him a story he had never heard. I was like, how the fuck did we not think that was weird as shit?
What was the story? What do you mean?
Well, his story was that we played basketball, and he had a fever that day in a basketball game. So he's like, hi, Mr. So-and-so, can I just lay down in the back room you have? He's like, yeah. And he's laying down. And when he opens his eyes, he's on the floor laying down. The teacher's rubbing his back.
Mister?
Yeah. Big dude. He's rubbing his back with his big old fucking hands. He's like, you okay there, buddy? You okay? Like moving his hair and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I feel a lot better. And he got up and left.
Oh,
and I was like, that's fucking crazy. Because what he did to me was I didn't have my homework, and I'm a senior.
Yeah.
I didn't have my homework, and he goes, turn around. I was like, what? He goes, turn around. I turn around, and he puts his hand right where my underwear is, right? And I feel the back of his fingers touch the top of my crack, and he grabs my underwear. He goes, next time, I'm going to hang you from here.
Oh,
and I was like,
what the
all right.
fuck?
And I'm like an idiot. I'm just like fucking frozen. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you're saying you both had stories of close encounters?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like mine was a little worse.
Yeah, dude.
I can still feel the back of his nail touch the top of my crack. I'm just like, oh,
That's
shit.
crazy.
And I know he was in there just in English class. So,
This was the English. You had a big gay alpha English teacher?
yeah, and he wanted me to be, he's like, hey, my son's going to Texas State too. Why don't you guys be roommates? And I remember being like, nah, I'm good. I ain't being roommates with that guy. Fuck that.
I'm always mortified by dudes that are just on that and they're just kind of like, no, I got it. It's all under control. I'm just gonna grab this kid's underwear. It's no big deal.
Right? And I didn't know how to, because
I have so much anxiety day to day. I can't imagine harboring like I just like cornered a fucking high school kid and was like, you're very strong and attractive. And then just be like, all right, dude, we'll pick this up later.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, he wasn't going after, that's the thing, he wasn't going after freshmen.
He was going off the seniors?
Yeah, like we're seniors, we're,
Yeah.
especially in the Valley, everybody's tiny. My friend's 6'4", right? Yeah. We're big dudes compared to everybody else.
He was hunting buffalo.
Yeah. Which makes me think he's like, I want you to give it to me. That's what I want.
And he got busted?
Yeah, and he had and his wife was like a principal too, and yeah, it got real bad for them. And because they were well known within the school district.
It's always the case.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Imagine catching that tongue lashing too. That's why I always try to tell my wife. I'm like, dude, there's guys out here doing fucked up stuff. You're on my ass about stuff. I'm like, I could be worse. She's always like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's bad stuff, all right? That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Imagine being like, did you grab a kid's ass crack? And you're like, barely touched his ass crack. I told him, dude, oh, it's gotta suck.
And then more and more stories start coming out about him, and then we're just like, why didn't nobody say shit? Why were we all like?
I mean, that's one experience. You can't even imagine being a woman married to a dude who was just like trying to blow seniors.
She had to know something.
You think? Yeah, they're usually pretty. Yeah.
And she's like, I'm just not gonna say nothing because as long as he keeps it under wraps, and
I just wonder if there is a sick part of like a women's psychology that enjoys having like a highly scandalized husband and being like, ugh, he's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like Huma Abedin had Anthony Weiner.
Yeah.
She got to enjoy that, like put on big sunglasses and be like, he's a disgusting pervert. My husband's a disgusting pervert. I'm a victim. Weiner has a talk show, by the way. Anthony Weiner has an AM radio show.
Ooh, What does he talk about? Politics?
Babes. No, he talks about politics.
I saw him on
talks about sexting.
PBN or some
PBD. He was on Patrick Bet Davis.
Yeah.
My brother showed me, and I was like, no fucking way.
And he went nuts. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
this is conspiracy.
Dude, he kind of was crushing them, and just from like a debater's perspective.
Yeah.
He was kind of crushing them in debate, and then he got to like PBD. Obviously, being a beast, dude was just like, dude, why are you so weird about sending your dick to kids or whatever? And he was like, dude, I think he was specifically being like, what was the nature of your addiction? He's like, are you seeking help? And he was saying, he's like, technically I'm in Sex Addicts Anonymous. And what happened to me, I'm more of like it was more of a technology thing. He claims that he was more into kind of the immediate feedback of the digital age. And he's like, dude, this was his words. He was crushing in the debate until this point. And he was like, and it's pretty creative, but he was like, dude, for me, it's not even about like what I'm even sending. It's like people can ask for gardening advice. Bam. I love the feedback. And then PBD's like, but you did send your penis to it. And he's like, yeah, that was just like part of the whole blur of the whole thing. And it's like, dude, you definitely don't get the same rush sending, like talking on Reddit. Like, I actually use fucking Percolate or whatever. He's like, you were fucking sending your dick to underage. He was trying to claim it had nothing to do with the content. It was just like those notifications, man, this is addictive stuff. And it's like, dude.
That's how you know how detached they are from reality, because that Subway guy, Jared, was just like, well, it's because I was fat and I was addicted to food, so now I'm addicted to kids. And it's like, that doesn't, there's no, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's like, I like treats too, dude. I like treats too. You're telling me if I quit the treats, I'm just going to be a menace to kids?
Yeah.
If I go on the keto diet, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start just driving past schools. I'm like, God, fucking damn it, dude.
Eat Subway, you're gonna fuck these kids.
Yeah, that was fucking bullshit, man. He's a pedophile. That's all. And that's the trouble, man. It's like, yeah, it's like I do understand. They're a conundrum because again, if you're an Eastern, that's the Eastern philosophy thing. It's like, yeah, dude, you just gotta let that kind of. I mean, I don't think they let them go there, but it's like, what do you do to those guys? Because we don't do much here for them. They don't get crushed as hard as you'd think.
No.
It's very bizarre that they don't get like the absolute worst of the worst.
Because I think too many of them are in, man, I'm going to sound like total conspiracy. They're in places of power.
They must be. They must have their boys, dude. Because it's like, dude, if I always said before, it's like, it should be the rule, like the neighbor rule. Like, who would you rather live next to, a drug dealer or a pedophile? It's like, I'd rather live next to a drug dealer, obviously. Yeah. Then it's like the less you'd want to have a person as a neighbor, the higher their sentence, the more they should be kept out of society.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, if the guy's like a meth cook, yeah, fucking put him on the top of the list. Pedophile, throw him up there. It's like coke dealer, not ideal, obviously, but like it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Weed dealer, great though.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Like you get him down here, but yeah, man. But for some reason, pedophiles like there is not like it's not as big as you think.
Have you ever heard that TED Talk that got banned, where that lady's trying to like advocate?
I love banned TED Talks. But what was she advocating for?
She was saying, poor guy, he's only attracted to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like he's like, how would you feel if that's all you were attracted to?
Horny.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, they're trying to rebrand them as minor attracted people.
Yes.
They're trying to slide them into the LGBTs.
No.
LGBTP, dude. Minor. I'm a map. A minor attracted person.
Blah.
Yeah, it's
that's the hill I die on.
You just can't do it. Yeah, you just can't do it. That's my thing. It's like, yeah, that sucks. I'm glad. Like, I hear you, but it's like people are gonna want to shoot you in the fucking face because it's like if you come around and you're fucking business casual with your Smirnoff Ices, dude, people are gonna shoot you. Especially once you have kids, you're like, dude, if there was a dude trying to do that, it's on in terms of like the enragement. It's on par. It's on par with murder.
Mm-hmm.
It's up there. It's like if someone. You know, if you think about it, like what is something like your family members would be like, let's kill this guy for. If they murdered someone, it's like, let's fucking kill this guy.
Yeah.
If they were molesting, it's like that's enough for people to be like, I'll shoot this guy.
Yeah.
Like we'll go and we'll shoot this guy. That's that.
He's a sick dog. Put him down.
Yeah, and it's up there. But if for some reason it's like, dude, it's just
Well, the thing I had this, which is a weird debate to have, but I had this debate with another comic. They're like, well, it just depends on where you're at, because in South Korea, the age is 21. So to them, we're all disgusting. You know what I mean? And he goes, and in other places, like in France, it's now 15. Yeah. And so it's just like, so who's to say? I'm just like, dude, you can't advocate for this.
Yeah.
And he was just, and then the response back, I go, can a child consent? And he goes, no. I go, therefore it's rape. You're advocating for rape is what you're advocating for.
I think we have and it's like one of those things where it's like, it's just like a governor where it's like, dude, yeah, you can technically date an 18-year-old woman, but like there's the legal aspect because you just have to have some sort of firewall.
Yeah.
And then there's kind of like, if you're 30, like, yeah, dude, you can date an 18-year-old, but like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I mean, I think there's, man, I don't even want to, maybe I shouldn't bring it up, but when Seinfeld dated that 17-year-old, like it was weird because people were just like,
when did he do that?
He was 38. He was at the height of Seinfeld.
Maybe that's all there is to like, get rich as hell and then date teenagers. That is Elvis.
He was picking her up from school.
What?
Yeah.
Probably in a cool ass car with some coffee, dude.
Definitely.
Probably in a cool ass car.
Comedians get 17-year-olds. I don't drink coffee. Can I get hot cocoa?
He's under fire for the 17-year-old date.
Now. He's under fire now. He's not under fire when it was
happening. He started crying about the millennials, dude, and they were like,
yeah.
I'm like, dude, you dated a 17-year-old, you freak. And he's like, well, what's the deal with them? What's the deal with school zones, dude? Yeah, everyone, everyone's getting crushed, man. It's tough.
Google's ruining our heroes.
It is weird though that it's like now, like how did nobody know that? Nobody cared back then. Everyone was probably like, yeah, you fucking creep.
Yeah.
But back then, you would just kind of laugh, like, man, it's kind of. It was back in like when I think when my dad was younger, like there were child molesters on the street, like, yo, that guy's. They would call them creeps, like that guy's a creep.
And now, see, this is the type People magazine. Look who's in love. That's how they spun it.
Are they still together?
No, they're not together anymore. But this was him picking her up from school.
Oh my God! Look at that fucking. Look at the neck. Go to the next picture. Look at that smile on his. Look at that fucking smirk, dude. That's like walking through the airport with weed. You're like, just go, just go, just go, just go. Damn. So they're dating for a while.
Yeah, they did it for a few years.
But was he within his legal right then or no?
Well, he waited till she was out of high school in 18. But
So he courted her
for when she was 17.
Yeah, I heard a story. It was funny. I heard a story one time from a guy from another country where he was saying, I don't remember who this was, but they were saying like their father came back from some sort of military stuff, went to the high school, picked out a lady and was like, told the teacher, like, make sure she doesn't date any boys. That's going to be my wife. He went back away and came back 2 years later and like just married her. But she was for sure like probably 16. And he was probably like 19, 18 in the military or something. It was something weird. Maybe he might have been in his 20s. But yeah, I remember it was kind of funny to be like, make sure she's a good girl and doesn't date boys. I'm going to marry that woman.
Yeah.
He just came back and was like, yeah. And they've been married ever since.
Well, that's love.
That's the thing. When you put it that way, it's kind of sweet. It's like, yeah, that's kind of nice.
Oh, yeah. All your grandpa's stories, when they tell you stuff, it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, because my grandfather was 23 and my grandmother was 16.
Yeah.
And they got married. They had 9 kids. And for some reason,
but here's the thing. Back then, you couldn't be gross about it because you were just like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now you're being gross about it. It's like a fetish now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
maybe that's wrong, but it is a sticky issue. Your friend brings up a fair point by being like, yeah, dude, it's 21 back over there. Also, though, he's saying the age of consent is what, 21 to 21? Like so if you're 21, you can't date a 20-year-old, basically? Or they give
in
you that
South
cap?
Korea, it's whatever. I don't know exactly how it works, but if you're the way it is 18 here, it's 21 over there. And my response was, I was like, yeah, but Koreans look a lot younger. So an 18-year-old Korean looks 14.
That's a fair point as well.
Yeah.
It's got to be on looks.
Yeah.
It's got to be hot or not. It's got to be a panel of hot or not.
Brazilians, 17.
Yeah. In Brazil, I think it's a lot younger too. I went to Brazil and I was over there when I was 21, I think. And I remember meeting a girl and her being like, we had made out, obviously, my bad. And she was like, 16. And I was like, what? Or 7, whatever it was. And she told me she was 17. I was like, and I told the dude, all we did was kiss. And I told this guy, I'm like, dude, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, dude, we don't do that. That doesn't